Hello, everybody, and welcome to Canadian Highlander Xmage Discord tournament. Right? No, it's not a tournament on Discord. It's a tournament on Xmage hosted by the Canadian Highlander Discord. Everybody on board? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
This week is week 11. It is the Spring Forward edition in honor of the recent time changing that has left me sleepless, but not in Seattle. This week we have enough players to do 3 rounds of Swiss, and we'll have a bye this week, so that's sort of exciting. As a point of order, I thought it was probably worth it, and by I thought, I mean the Red Mage thought, and he told me that it would be worth it for me to explain what Highlander was for a few minutes right before we get started. So, Canadian Highlander is a 100 card singleton 1v1 competitive format. Players start at 20 life. It is eternal legality, which means all cards from all Magic are legal, barring like Shahrazad and Silver Borders. The way we control the power in this format is through a points list. So certain cards will cost some amount of points. You can only have up to 10 points in a 100 card list. The way the meta works out, because it's 100 card singleton and an eternal format, people play an extremely diverse set of decks. And you can have, say, 2 mid-range decks in the same colors that are wildly different because there's just such a large card pool available. Highlander is kind of the format where you get to play all of the cards that just don't get into, say, Legacy. So, like, if you've always looked at this one card and you've gone, damn, that would be really, really good in a White Weenie deck, say, for example, but I just can't play it because it doesn't fit. Highlander's the format where you get to play it. We love it. Hopefully you will love it as well as we get into some matches. Was that good enough? Did I do it right?
And Highlander is like competitive EDH, but games last longer than 4 turns.
Yeah, Canadian Highlander is kind of like CEDH, but it's a good format.
Games don't always last longer than 4 turns.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's a T4 format, just like, say, Modern. So you can't really get greedy and play something in an aggro deck that costs 5.
Hello?
I'm picking up a phone call here. How's it going this morning? How's everybody?
I am ready to hopefully kill some people on turn 2.
I was up till 3 since tuning my deck last night. Let's go.
Let's go.
My apologies.
Okay. So we have a couple bits of Magic news to cover, so I thought with this, like, 5 minutes, I might as well cover those. In order, Dominaria, MTG DOM, spoiler season starts next week.
Starts tomorrow, yeah.
Starts tomorrow, yeah, on Monday. Due to an oversight by a Wizards employee in China, I want to say, the full
Employee in China, most likely.
Yeah, the full set
release
list.
Notes.
The full release notes, and recently I think the whole set was...
I don't think the whole set.
Yeah, I don't think the whole set.
Okay.
No, it's just the release notes, which has like 160 of the 260 cards detailed in it, because the release document, all the release notes, covers mechanics, themes, and then individual card rulings and various information on them.
Mm-hmm.
Because Magic is a game that likes to break its own rules a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
So, as a result, a lot of cards have been spoiled ahead of time, but because people still want a spoiler season, we're not going to talk about any of the new cards on this stream. I mean, I'm excited about Dominaria as much as anybody else is. It's really cool that we're going back to the first plane again. Was Alpha set on Dominaria, or had they not decided that planes were a thing back then?
I mean, I think it might have just been, like, Dominaria was a thing before they decided what planes are, I believe.
Interesting. Huh.
Right, like because there was so much time that was spent on Dominaria. Like I feel like the idea of planeswalkers had to be younger than the game, right? Like,
probably right, because there was Urza, and he was like.
As far as I know, Urza was like the first instance of a planeswalker.
Yeah, was Mishra also a planeswalker?
I don't think Mishra was.
No.
I think at one point he was considered one in the storyline, but then they changed it to where he was never a planeswalker.
The Brothers' War is really weird.
Yeah, and then there is Teferi, who used to be a planeswalker but gave up his spark to save the universe.
Yeah,
which is a pretty dramatic way to lose your spark, huh?
Yeah. I think the only other... We don't actually have that many instances of people sticking around after they lose their spark. I think Teferi is pretty much the only one, I want to say. We had Venser in the Mirrodin storyline, gave up his spark and died to save Karn.
The Zendikar one. The Zendikar Planeswalker, 3 black. He has an ability that...
Sorin?
Oh, no, not Sorin. That's Obnixilis.
Obnixilis,
you're right. Obnixilis.
Obnixilis did lose his spark, but then
he lost
got
his
it
spark,
back.
and then he was trapped on Zendikar, and now he has it back.
I was reading a thing on one of my other groups, and he never truly lost his spark. It was always there, but it went dormant.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah,
there was the metaphor
really
about,
weird.
like, blowing out a candle or something like that.
Yeah, there was this weird, like, thing stuck in his head or whatever.
Hello, the Red Mage. Good morning.
Hello. Yeah. Sorry about this slight delay.
Nah, don't even worry about it.
It is, however, 2:59, so I'm still on time.
Yeah, you're fine. No more sciencing this week?
No more sciencing this week? Well, I mean, sciencing is always going on, just
Science,
not at the
yeah.
same time, man.
You're not doing any sciencing this week.
Science stops for no man.
We're waiting for exactly one person, that being Dusk, and then I can, like, drop the pairings. We're gonna have a bye this week.
In the meantime, have we talked about what Canadian Highlander is and what this tournament is?
Yep.
Sweet.
Well, I probably need to cover this tournament in more detail. The Canadian Highlander Discord, via me, is hosting a tournament every week. It is free to enter. All you have to do is go to the Canadian Highlander Discord. If you're watching the VOD of this, a link will be in the description below. And there will be a channel called Tournament Discussion. Sign-ups start on Wednesday and end on 12 hours the night prior, which means midnight PST, 3 a.m. EST, and 8 a.m. GMT for the same day. There are no prizes because it's free to enter. I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. You can also find the link to the Discord from the Facebook page of the Canadian Highlander, the official Facebook page of the Canadian Highlander format.
Right.
Also, there isn't much else to say. If you think that if you like the format and you want to play some, and you don't mind playing on Xmage, you should show up and you should.
You don't mind playing on Xmage.
Xmage is a program.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
You can say that.
Some of us have never really acquired the taste, but...
Yeah,
I mean, I also hear cyanide's an acquired taste.
yeah, so, for people who've never used Xmage...
We rag on it because we love it.
It's garbage. It's an actual shitty program. But it's free.
No, it's not. It's not shitty. It's just not good.
It works enough, but no more than that.
Yeah, it's the bare minimum.
All right.
Did we want to touch on points changes real fast?
Oh yeah. There were
yeah.
some recent points changes.
Very recent.
Have they put that up on the?
Yeah.
Technically, they're not. I don't believe they're technically official until Monday.
No, they're not.
Monday is when they become live. Yeah.
Let me go to
But
the.
it's still news.
Have they
I
been
saw them
updated?
somewhere, but I don't remember.
Yes. Okay. So there have been 2 points changes.
Oh,
Point
two.
change number 1.
2.
Doomsday has gone from 1 point to 0 points because they basically, like, they decided that Doomsday, the cost in deck building to play Doomsday was equivalent to the 1 point that it cost you for Doomsday, and Doomsday was so small in the metagame that they wanted to try to encourage Doomsday to exist more.
Yeah, I believe it was just a boogeyman from the early days.
Correct.
Just kind of stuck around.
And another boogeyman from the early days, Hermit Druid, has gone from 2 points to 1. For basically the same reason. It used to be an extremely powerful deck. It used to be like the scary boy of the format, but now that people have gotten more used to the format, it's a lot less scary.
And every other strategy is like the nut.
In comparison, yeah. If you went back and you played like Storm, a modern day Highlander Storm, in like the first days of Highlander, that would be insane. So yeah, we're gonna get the tournament started. I'm gonna pass down the seating to the populace, and we're gonna get going. Good luck.
Right.
Separate out into your games.
Oh boy.
Well, that's a bye.
That sure is a bye. Sorry.
Alright, well.
There is a tradition of giving a new player the first bye, because
Yeah.
I didn't even seed this one. This was done by a program.
Oh, well.
Also, excuse me for a moment while I adjust the Xmage window, because I really didn't have any time this morning.
Okay.
So we're gonna watch a standard game? Is this standard or modern? Probably modern, considering we got a Verdant Catacombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to see a little behind the scenes of me adjusting the window before we get started, because I really did not have any time this morning. And also, I may or may not have forgotten. Oh, alright, we good.
I'm getting some...
Modern.
getting a few issues with Xmage, so...
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We'll see if I can ever actually get... come on. It's refusing to let me connect to the server to watch the games.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's not great. I'll try to. I know updating Xmage, it's telling me that I need to update, which does not seem to mesh with other stuff that I'm seeing. But
so we have matches today. I need to get my stuff together. Here we go. And just close that window. All right.
that's why
okay.
I refused to connect until I had coffee. So that.
Look, I don't blame you. So
unable to connect.
we have.
Worst case scenario, I can just watch from the stream, but it's like heavily delayed. So
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. So we have a couple matches. I'll run you through them. We have Dustshine versus Tulip, which is Dustshine running back his big white list that won last week, and Tulip running back his Jeskai Midrange list that played the big white list in the finals last week. We have actually Empty Mage versus a new player, Esprow. Empty Mage is on Tin Fins, which I believe is exactly the Tin Fins copy that Liam is running.
Yeah, I actually just played against that like right before the tournament. I was just playing against his Tin Fins list actually.
It's a super exciting list.
I think I won one, but he didn't have very good draws second. So.
The other games that we have. Oh, Esbrow is playing Jeskai Midrange, and then we also have Mages of the Beach versus Arterian Legacy. Mages is on Mono Black Ant. That's Ad Nauseam Tendrils. And Arterian Legacy is on Black White Death and Taxes. And then in the booth with us today, we have 5Cs, or Thunder Numbers, who is a new player as well. Hello.
Hello.
Because you're new, you get to decide which game you're going to watch.
Well, okay. A and T is definitely. I can't really.
What is
5C's audio is very low. I don't think people can actually hear him.
Okay, well, that's probably...
There we go.
It's probably... It fell a little bit.
You want to watch the A&T game?
Why don't we watch Duskshine versus Big White, actually? That's a rematch of finals. That should be interesting.
Yep. So we'll take a look at that. So that is Duskshine versus Tulip.
Yeah. Alright.
Let's see. So we have Duskshine, who was on Big White, which which is absurd to start with. And he also, this is the same Big White list that he won with last week, versus Mr. Tulip, who is on Jeskai Midrange. And that's the same list that he was on last week as well. Last week, the finals, I believe it, well, there weren't actually finals, but in the final game, it was Tulip versus Duskshine, and Tulip took that game. So, we're going to see how this one goes. Request permission to see hand cards. We're in on, like, turn 3, and we have a click coming out from Tulip. Click hits Forked Bolt. Right, Tulip hit himself with click. Always an interesting choice when you hit yourself with a click. We got...
Yeah, well, if you hit yourself with a click, that kind of tells you... That kind of tells your opponent a little bit about your hand quality. Like, kind of tells them that maybe you don't have as much gas or get that card.
And I mean, if you have a dead card, it's a good way to get rid of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think Vendilion Click having quote-unquote blue haste by being flashed in on his opponent's end step. Putting the pressure of that clock on early is a really good way to, like, get the game going.
Alright, I managed to get Xmage to cooperate.
Hey, hello.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So we are watching Empty Mage and Artirian. We're watching Tulip and Duskshine.
Yeah. I'm dropping a ton of frames right now. I don't know why. Sorry about that. We're gonna see if that settles out.
Alright, so I see Duskshine still on his Big White list, and Tulip on some sort of Jeskai control list.
He's on Jeskai Midrange, the same list he was on last week.
I think it's a little bit closer to control. I think I played against this during the course of the week as well. It feels a little bit closer to control.
Yeah, he is running a lot.
My deck sounds so super dirtily though, so I don't know.
The fashion right now in Jeskai Midrange, at least in this server, is to run a ton more blue. I am dropping frames left and right. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to fix that. I could lower the bitrate. That I could do. Tithe gets 2 planes. Have you ever seen Tithe before? This card is weird.
I mean, it's like one of those weird white cards that get lands, and there's like a few of them, and they're all like, "White, why are you doing this?"
Yeah. Has our guest seen Tithe, by the way?
Like, what do you mean?
Like the card Tithe.
Oh, I mean, I'd seen it before. I never played. I never played against.
Let's set this down to like. Is that gonna help? I don't know if that's helping. We'll see.
Tulip just dazed the journey to nowhere from Duskshine.
Oh. Daze is an interesting include. I know that this Jeskai, I don't know how mid-rangey Mr. Tulip's list is. I know that this list tends not to run a lot of counter spells, and having Daze being one of those is kind of exciting in a way.
I don't really know how good a tempo counter spell is. It's probably fine. It's technically a 0-mana spell.
Yeah, having a lot of zero mana interaction is never bad, but it feels not what this deck is. It feels like it doesn't perfectly mesh with what the rest of the deck is trying to do, if that makes sense. It's not awful. It's still a powerful Magic card. But when you are trying to get to a point where, you know, each player has like 5 or 6 lands in play, well, Daze loses a lot of utility unless you manage to use it during the development part of the game.
Yeah, I don't think Daze is particularly good against big white compared to some other lists, but having that super early free interaction helps insulate the mid-range deck. Ooh, Jite.
Oh, Jitterino.
Jitterino. Oh, that's gonna go on a click.
Yeah, and this
That
is
is
why,
gonna go on the click.
Oh,
well,
no.
I mean, it's not going on the 0 power Jace Beans Prodigy, I'll tell you that much.
I think we're I think the reason why we're
Oh,
I think probably one of the reasons why Tulips was considered mid-range rather than control. I don't think you would ever see it in control. Like,
yeah,
I don't-
Jite doesn't really feel like a control card, does it?
no, it's like it's.
Oh man, you know what the curve I'm looking for is? Turn 1 top, turn 2 Jite. Just get him.
Good old random couple of Kamigawa artifacts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I wonder how much like what's the point spread for a control list nowadays?
What's what? Sorry,
What's
the audio cut.
Pardon me. What's the points spread for a control list nowadays?
Well, I mean, the real question is whether you're playing Ancestral. As someone that is playing a lot of control decks, well, he's really playing one control deck, but the real question is whether you're playing Ancestral. If you're playing Ancestral, most spreads would be something like Ancestral and 3 between Cruise, Dig, Library of Alexandria, Mana Drain. If you're not, you get to play a lot of small points card. You get to play something like Cruise Dig, Cruise Dig, Mana Drain, True Name Nemesis, Library of Alexandria, Personal Tutor, Mystical Tutor.
Yeah, and notably the
Intuition, and there's a few more cards that you get to play, but
the
blanking
Blue
right
Moon
now off the top of
tournament,
my head.
the Blue Moon deck that went to the 2017 tournament was not running Ancestral. It was running a ton of small points cards.
Yeah, I have done some testing with both. I think that I mean, obviously, you know, like the amount of games that I can play by myself is like not enough to get a statistical sample size. But the thing I can see so far is that there isn't one of the two that is like better than the other. It's a meta call. If you are in a meta where there is like more of like cheap aggressive deck, I think you don't want the Ancestral in your deck. You'd rather be able to use your consistent, be able to execute your plan consistently, and that means playing a bunch of tutors, especially if you're under Blue Moon, because your best way to find this deck, to fight these aggressive decks is the Platinum Imperium combo. On the other hand,
right. I was gonna say like tutor for Blue Moon, but you're correct. Getting Platinum Imperium out with oh my god, Madcap Experiment is the way to go.
And whereas if you're in a meta that is like dirtier and slower, I think you want to instead go for something like to play the Ancestral. Granted, at that point, I think against slower metas, you'd rather not have red in your deck and play other.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
if
probably
you're-
want to
if
play
you're-
Esper if you're in a slower meta.
Or like even just blue-white or blue-black. I think that those are all reasonable control decks. It's like,
Yeah.
if your opponent is trying to play a bunch of Brimazes, well, your bolts don't do anything much against those. So,
Yeah. I've definitely seen a lot of blue-white control. I've not seen as much blue-black control recently.
it's I think it's a very different deck, and I think
Yeah.
it's kind of in between the two. We saw Jace flipped. That's
Interesting.
Archangel Tides for Duskshine. Notably, that does make it slightly harder for the click to 1 mana, right?
Right.
Yeah. Although he can just shrink the Archangel and just slam with the click has a Jite on.
Yeah.
Does the Jite has any counters?
2
Yeah, it
counters.
has 2 counters. So like this angel does not block that click. This click is a 5/3 at all times.
My cat is coming to play. Hey, Jewel, what's up? No? Really? You're just gonna stare at me from across the room. Typical cat. Goodness gracious.
Cats do that.
Yeah. How
Is
realistically...
there any way that we can make the 5C's volume a little higher?
Oh,
or is
yeah. Let me offer you some Discord advice, 5C's.
Actually, did you make his volume higher from your own local mixer?
I have, but that doesn't stop him cutting out. Go into your app settings.
Yeah, I think my output volume is all the way up.
The volume's not the problem. If you go into your voice and video settings,
yeah,
there's your voice activity, the input sensitivity, like automatic detection thing. You want to move that envelope down so it hears you if you're speaking lower.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have Mages of the Beach and Arterian Legacy in the channel.
Oh yeah.
Why are you already here?
Because I got too owed.
Death and taxes.
Yeah, so that was the combo versus Death and Taxes game. Oh,
You
right.
thought it did.
Oh yeah, that would end up fast, yeah, wouldn't it? All right.
Yeah, fast one way or another.
We have an O-ring out. I wonder if we're gonna see Tulip counter the
Each
O-ring.
one of those permanents, except for maybe the clicks, are huge problems.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The clicks, it's weird because the click is what's actually killing him. And he doesn't have anything else to pick up this Jita, which is actually, like... Jita is also an interesting inclusion in a deck that doesn't actually play that many creatures, and those creatures are usually big and beefy enough to do by itself.
Yeah. You know what I reckon?
but-
I reckon you should hit the click here, because Tulip has not shown that he has another creature.
There is
On this
also the
board-
possibility of hitting the Jace, which is going to find him another creature eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, there goes Jite.
I think that makes legit, yeah.
I think even if Tulip had another creature, he would have played it by now.
I don't think. See, on this board,
I'm not even sure.
I mean, Jace doesn't do Jace doesn't do a very good job of finding other creatures that can give this impulse flashback. And that's it.
I mean, Impulse is not a bad... Impulse gonna find cards. You have to go really deep.
Yeah, Jace Telepath Unbound, literal actual daddy Jace, doesn't, it doesn't kill you with its ult. Like, the -9 is not instant death, especially 100 card.
It's not even a slow death.
Yeah.
It's pretty negligible.
I've seen games won off the back of Jace,
over
ult.
like yeah, if you can control the game to that point, like yeah, it will eventually get there. But
Granted, it was a game of vintage, so like a bunch of weird stuff was happening at all times.
There's also not a lot in the way of vintage is not the most interactive format at times.
Wait, JVPC's playing Vintage? I didn't even know
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah, he's.
Oh
super
yeah,
good.
no, that's why JVP started costing like
he's pretty
$1,000
good.
or whatever.
Well, no, it started costing
I mean,
$1,000 because of standard, but like it's not like
I also
it
don't play Vintage.
always gets played
so-
here and
Very
there.
good. Yeah, he does
I also
see
don't play
vintage
Vintage.
play. Yeah.
It's not like something that like every blue deck has multiple JVP, but it's just play here and there. There are some decks that want it.
Yeah, JVP blocks monk tokens from
He's
time to time.
JVP is very powerful in a blue deck that is aiming to interact, because you can realistically get him to flip pretty much whenever you want, and the extra filtering is always nice. Like, people playing Search for
It's
as
also
content.
worth mentioning.
Also, it turns on to Elf.
He is very powerful in a deck that has Ancestral Recall in it.
Exactly, yeah. And you can flash back.
Recall and Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Minus 2 the Planeswalker flashback ancestral just ease.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Right.
And you can do plays like turn my Jace, discard Ancestral, flip the Jace, cast Ancestral off of the -2, like stupid stuff like that, where you just generate a bunch of card advantage.
Yeah, often you will play a spell that gets you the Jace, and then use Jace to immediately flashback that spell. We honestly see this in Modern sometimes. There was that weird Esper Goryo's Vengeance deck, where like a frequent play was end of turn, Goryo's Vengeance, get Jace, flip immediately.
Yeah.
Use Jace
Yeah,
Goryo's
to-
Vengeance.
Yeah.
And then when the Goryo's triggers, it's like, oh, no, not a creature anymore.
It's also like not the same permanent, right? Because it exiles itself.
Good job.
It's not the same object. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same object.
Flagstones of
But-
Trokir. Wow. That's
Yeah,
gonna turn
I
on the
mean,
Ravages of War in Armageddon.
Yeah, for when you ravage
Also,
yourself.
if you have Dust Ball in your deck, it's a spicy combo.
Yeah, stuff like
If you
that.
have Dust Ball in your deck, it's a spicy combo, which I think actually Duskshine, I think I remember it does have.
Take a look at the list. I don't know about that. Spectral Procession. You know,
Most of these Fluxons of Troher are interesting because the
boy.
Duskshine
Dork.
has found his 5th land.
yeah. Okay. Here's something that I feel strongly about in terms of Spectral Procession. Unless you're casting it for 3, it's really not a particularly good card.
I disagree.
That's why it's in. That's why Dusk is playing it in mono white now.
Yeah,
I'm
interesting.
not sure I'm not even sure I completely agree. I think if it's not like incredible, but it's fine.
Ooh, Archangel Lives.
Avis Tulip.
Yeah,
Does
that's...
intercept though, makes the blind obedience. But
yeah, Blind Obedience. Great
I
card.
don't know that kills Jace.
I actually can't even read the number. He has 1 loyalty.
No, I
card.
can't either.
It's
Oh,
just
one
one.
loyalty left.
He has 1 loyalty.
Okay, that's
One
good.
Yeah.
Okay, then that means.
He did
I
decide
think
to,
our other game's also done.
Really?
he did decide to flashback the Impulse last turn with Jace.
Right.
Yeah, it's his brow just popped up, and
Ancestral Vision. Suspend.
so what happened in your game, guys?
Well, I went 2-0.
Yeah.
That was Tinfins versus Jeskai Midrange, yeah?
Just
Well,
got
he was
mid-range.
on the Jeskai Midrange.
And I mean, I played it terribly. But
Yeah. I couldn't combo off either game.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Oh,
New
another
Walker rule coming in full power.
More
Yeah.
Jaces. That's exactly what
Jaces.
Duskshine wanted to
Another
see.
Jace.
Shit.
Yeah,
Another Jace.
I find it
Probably a better-
unlikely that Dustshine can win this game now. I'm gonna take this Oblivion Ring over here because I don't think it's. ever
I
gonna
wonder is Dusk playing planar cleansing?
You
Probably
know,
not.
we have. I remember that the last
Oh.
time that he was playing this deck, there's been a number of occasions where we're like, oh yeah, like he's only planar cleansing, which means maybe he should be playing planar cleansing. I don't know.
I think it's worth it. I mean,
Almost
it's-
definitely.
like how
I mean, there's better
how else are you
options. I
going to
think
deal with
Perilous Vault is actually just a better option than planar cleansing is.
Perilous Vault?
Because you have Pocket on Fire.
Is Perilous Fall white? I thought it was red.
No, it's color. It's an
No,
artifact.
it's colorless.
There is the.
I have not seen
Hour
Perilous
Devastation
Vault.
What? Am I
card,
thinking
though.
the same card as you?
Perilous Vault is from M15. 4 mana.
Oh, Perilous
artifact.
Vault. Okay.
Yeah, Perilous Vault. 4 mana artifact. 5 tap. Exile it. To exile all null-land permanents.
Interesting. I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, that actually seems completely reasonable.
Hour of.
Revelation, I think.
These
it was.
are Ravages.
Hour of what?
Our Revelation.
Revelation
Oh yeah.
was the strictly
Yeah,
Final
that's
Cleansing.
probably good. Yeah, 3 white, white, 3 white, white,
The
white
problem
sorcery.
is that the problem with that, honestly, is
What's it
that
called
he's
again?
gonna heal his own blind.
There's a Ravages of War from Duskshine.
I'm not even sure that's good.
Against
do not
against a
agree
pair
with
of
that.
Jaces,
Against like Jace, Archangel, Avacyn, Bendition click.
You're
I think
Ravage.
still-
Yeah, you
I
don't.
think he still loses. Like, he
Oh,
has, like, seven
interesting.
power in the air that he can't block. He still has 2 Jaces. He's gonna get.
He can block. He has 2 spirits, but
Well, oh yeah, never mind. Yeah,
He can
he
block,
can
but
force the Avacyn flip to kill the click.
oh, genius! I
Well,
do not.
If
Yeah,
he
but
manages
then-
to, but
but
well,
then
no, he needs to
Tulip
keep the
has
click somehow.
If that
Oh, and
happens-
there's
that
like an
happens, though,
ancestral
Tulip
vision
has
coming out.
fire.
What is this game?
Yeah, I don't agree with that Ravages at all.
Yeah.
This game is one that Dusk is losing.
Yeah.
What game is it?
Game one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got combo players this week, so anybody who's playing a fair deck is gonna end up playing a longer time. I think the Ravages is an interesting choice because he doesn't gain anything immediately off of it. A lot of the time you'll see white decks go like Ravages with a Trokir out, flip it, play a 1/1 or whatever, or play a 2/1.
You want to know what his hand is?
A Dust Shine?
He has
Another
Sword
Armageddon.
of Feast and Famine and Armageddon.
Yeah, right?
It's like maybe he's just casting these Ravages because like the Ravages of War is literally 2/3 of his hand.
Yeah, right.
Like the problem is, it's just you can't deal with Tulip's board.
No, you
It's really
can't. Yeah,
We're gonna see what he draws though. Imposing Sovereign is a card.
It
doesn't
doesn't do
needs to
anything on
be
this board.
doing, yeah.
It's not like a card, but it certainly exists.
I mean, right now it's just a piker because of blind obedience.
Also, like,
Yep.
if he attacks, the other thing is that if he attacks, Artirian can block with click to force the Avacyn flip and clear Duskshine's board.
Oh yeah, right. Because when Avacyn flips, it
Is it 3 damage?
3 damage. So
It deals the damage, I think, to each creature and each
Non-angel, I
opponent. Yeah.
Avacyn the Purifier is a 6/5, which is gonna be pretty unfeasible for Dustshine to.
As opposed to this 7 power, the half of which has vigilance that is already more than this unfeasible.
Yeah,
Well, there goes Duskshine's last blocker for Tulip
Yeah,
Flyers.
these flyers.
I wonder why the Avacyn had not swung last turn, because
It did.
It did.
It did, you just got blocked.
It ate a
It got blocked by
spirit.
token.
Oh, yeah, spirit, okay.
Avacyn has vigilance. She's real good.
It is real good.
Gideon Allen's Zendikar, not what he wanted to see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he scoops it up.
And we're gonna go to the next game.
I can't really see Dustshine winning this game.
Well, Dusk's on the play now.
Correct. His Faith's Fetters.
Kept 7.
What is this goddamn card, dude?
Face
It's
Fetters is
Fetters.
a card.
Good.
It's
It's
not
terrible.
good.
No, it's
good.
not bad though. I
It
think it's
costs
reasonable.
4.
It costs 4 mana to gain you 4 life and completely nullify a purpose.
Life is not relevant.
Like, it's like a cast out that gains you 4 life.
Who plays Cast Out?
You can put it
I
on more
agree
than
with
creatures.
Oh, okay,
You
fair
can-
enough. You can slap it on a Planeswalker.
Against-
I understand.
Yeah, against aggro decks, Fate Fetter is one of the best cards in your deck because it like kills one of their threats and gains you 4 life. That is so much life.
Yeah, and because of the not being able to attack a block, it's going to be more than 4 over the course of the game.
Yeah.
So, a little thing for coverage. We're seeing Dusk's hand, but we're on Tulip's side of the field. It's a little weird. Xmage is
Don't worry about
funny.
I can see Tulip's hand.
What does Tulip have in hand?
He has 3 lands, a click, a Sword of Feast and Famine, a Fire and Ice, and a Fiery Confluence.
And Council's
Ooh.
Judgment.
Oh wait, Council Judgment too, yeah.
Whereas on
That's
the
pretty
other side
stacked.
we have Flagstone, Sphere of Safety, which is an interesting card in this deck. Fate's Fetters, Sword of Feast and Famine, Bonds of Fate, Field of Ruin.
Yeah. Lots of Ravnica cards.
I am mostly I'm not sure how much I like the sphere of safety. Let me put it this way.
Creatures
I
can
don't know
attack
that
you
you
or
have
punch you.
how many enchantments does Cav?
He actually has
we have-
quite a few. Every card in his hand right now is an enchantment other than Field of
He
Flame.
has 8 enchantments in his whole deck.
Wow. It's not that
His
many.
enchantments
Yeah.
are Blind Obedience, Bonds of Faith, which still don't understand why he's playing that. Fate's Fetters, Ghostly Prison, Journey to Nowhere, Leyland of Safety, Oblivion Ring, and Sphere of Safety. This does not. First, 8 is not enough to support the Sphere of Safety. Second, what?
You'll maybe see like
Mainboard Leyline of Sanctity, Bonds of Faith.
I mean, Leyland and Sanctity has turned out to be a decent call for this week with 2 combo decks.
Leyland of Sanctity has been a really good call for white decks since this tournament started. There are so many people playing combo. And some burn a week or 2 ago.
I think that his list just needs to, like, pick a side. Because he's playing, like, he just drew a Figure of Destiny, right? Like, which is an extremely aggressive card. Yeah. And then, on top of that, he also has access to Leyline of Sanctity and Sphere of Safety. Like, decide if you want to be a control deck or an aggro deck and push in that direction, rather than having this, like, weird mishmash of cards.
Yeah. Big White is not a good deck.
Well, I think at Big White, this is not a problem of Big White. This is a problem of this list. Like, I think at this list could be a better deck.
Yeah, I agree with you. It seems like Dusk is playing some cards that aren't fully optimal.
Fully optimal. The tagline of Big White. So I think Tulip choosing to keep just Click and a lot of expensive effects is an interesting choice, especially considering that Dustshine has this Figure of Destiny now. That's just like an angry boy.
It's not yet. It's gonna become angrier as time goes on. That's fine, and then, you know, like, stuff happen, and you pump some white mana into it, and then suddenly it's a 5/5 with a lot of abilities, and you're sad. Well, you're not sad, your opponent is sad, usually. Field of Ruin, though, does not pump Figure of Destiny.
I don't know how I feel about Figure of Destiny, honestly.
It's rad.
No, it's a powerful card, and I think if you're playing, like, mono red or like white Winnies, you play it every time, because it's basically a 2-power creature for 2 mana. Like, it's a 2-power creature for 1 mana with a lot of upside. I would not play that in a deck that is trying to go long. Like, I don't think it belongs in the same deck as Sphere of Safety.
Excuse me, like, click in and out this pen. Oh my god, I need to stop doing that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it definitely picks up a sword.
Yeah, I think Figure of Destiny is a reasonable card. I think it's gonna probably get blocked by a click here.
Well, no, it's crewing up Heart of Kirin.
Yeah, and we're gonna.
Then it's not gonna get blocked by the click. I
doubt that Heart of Kirin is gonna get blocked by this click.
No.
I don't know why you would.
The real question is that's everything I have to say.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we'll see if Mr. Tulip's plan pans out. See his hand. I don't know if this is a problem with the Xmage or this is a problem with, like, people have consistently only one of them has given me permission to see their hands, because I can only see one, and then
I think it's an issue with Xmage. If you ask, whoever answers yes first, you see their hand and not the other one.
You have to click one on the top and one on the bottom. If you only click on the bottom person, you're only sending the request to that person.
Are you kidding me?
No. If you click on the top and the bottom players' areas, you can send a request to both and see both of them.
No way. Yep. Is that really what it is?
Yeah.
That is the most stupid design that I've ever had in my life.
Oh my god, it is! Oh, that's so dumb. Oh, wow. How did you figure that out?
That's not true.
I was told that here a year and a half ago when I was doing a lot of stuff with another Xmage group I'm in.
That's so bad. Why?
That is pretty awful.
Meanwhile, Fiery Confluence blowing up a couple of artifacts.
Fiery Confluence, winning.
Fiery Confluence has definitely
and,
done things. And by done things, I mean this.
I'm
he
curious.
could have dealt 1 damage to all creatures to hit the Secret Destiny, but I think
that would have killed the Clique.
Yeah, it would have killed the Clique. Might still have been worth it.
On this board, I don't think so.
Well, it depends.
Clique is a lot of pressure.
I mean, if Dusk gets a untapped white source, this Figure of Destiny's got to be a 4/4 more than likely.
If this game goes long, though, I think in the long run it favors Mr. Tulip. He does have this Council Judgment in hand to answer.
I mean, Dushan can slap a Faith's Fetters on the Vendilion Clique.
It's true.
Bonds of Faith, even? A lot of Faith.
Maybe even Bonds of Faith, yeah. Maybe that's actually what this deck is. Maybe it's Faith Tribal.
Can Faith's Fetters... Can that...
It enchants a permanent.
Can that... Oh, no. Okay, it doesn't stop mana abilities.
No.
You can hit,
You can hit Planeswalkers with it, though. Caracas?
It hits any activated ability, it's not mana ability.
Yeah. Caracos? Swings out with the now 2/2 Figure of Destiny. I think we're going to see Bonds of Faith, honestly. Why not?
I mean, I have a few reasons why not, but, you know...
But, I mean, he's already playing it, alright?
They don't apply to this situation since...
It's too late to take it out of the deck.
What?
What a weird card.
Well, the Clique...
okay. Okay, no, it's just a pacifism.
Yeah, but pacifism is not...
It has some weird potential upside? I guess.
Yeah, it's a pacifism that can be a pair of pants.
Do you just waste the Field of Ruin in this situation?
I use it.
Probably. I mean...
There's no real sense in using it.
I don't know what Dusk has that's worth wastelanding.
Which is why I was saying maybe you get the Field of Ruin now that he can't activate it.
I think the argument for hitting the Field of Ruin depends on how many basics Tulip has. If the Tulip has basics, it doesn't even matter.
That's true.
It probably doesn't matter very much because he's got lots and lots of
Lightning sets figure.
The Figure of Destiny gets cleared out. This Dread Militant is green, so the Sword of Feast and Famine can handle. Although he doesn't have anything that can carry the Sword of Feast and Famine. Bonds of Faith is white, which means Sword of Feast and Famine will not cause it to fall off.
Yeah.
What?
We might see. He might just fire,
if
there you go. You fire the Dread Militant.
If you give a permanent protection from a color it's enchanting, the enchantment falls off, becomes detached.
Accurate.
And if you have an aura that is not attached to a permanent, it goes to the graveyard as a state-based action.
Accurate.
No, I'm confused as to why that would come up. Sorry.
Because Tulip is playing.
Does Tulip have a sort of Light and Shadow?
Yeah, I believe Tulip is playing a sort of Light and Shadow.
Actually.
Okay, well that would get rid of the
exactly.
Faith then.
Feast and Famine though, not the red sword for it.
Look at this. I can very slowly switch whose hand it is. Dushan draws an Enlightened Tutor. What do you get with Enlightened Tutor? Is he playing an
artifact or enchantment?
What does Dusk have in hand right now?
Enlightened Tutor, Sphere of Safety, and Faith's Fetters.
Okay.
I think he already has most of his spicy
Ruin targeting the volcanic island.
Okay.
What?
I mean, the Darker Wastes is like a painful blue source.
Yeah?
You still have the Hallowed Fountain.
It does turn off double red.
It does turn off double red.
And
Yeah,
actually,
but I think Double Red has already done its job.
Yeah, more than
He
likely.
doesn't fetch him out.
Alright, so artifacts that are left in his deck include Batterskull, Crucible of Words, which would be really spicy, Mana Vault, Mana Web, Mox Pearl, Sky Sovereign, Sword of Fire and Ice, Umezawa's GT, Blind Obedience, Ghostly Prison, Journey to Nowhere, Lane of Sanctity, Oblivion Ring, and Sphere of Safety is in his hand.
He might want to grab Oblivion Ring?
I think he grabs Crucible. Because then
Crucible
he has
or
Crucible Field of Moon.
Well,
I want to say like Crucible or Batterskull.
Crucible.
Crucible does give you a repeatable engine with Field of Ruin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
very
all you're gonna do is
expensive
turn
to
his
play,
field into basics?
He's playing a 3-color deck.
How many basics does he have?
playing?
Yeah.
He's probably
He
running at
doesn't-
least 3.
I bet one.
Has right? Has one
you know,
island
we
already
have
out, 3
access
other
to
ones.
access to all of those questions.
That's shame.
It's like, yeah, we have deck lists.
Oh, yeah.
I'm checking up right now. So he's playing 3 islands, he's playing 2 planes, and he's playing no mountains.
Yeah, so
For
we're not
5
gonna
years.
run Tulip out of
Which is a decent number.
We're not gonna run
Explain
him
why
out of
he didn't
basics.
fetch the mountain off the Field of
Probably
Ruin.
not, but
Does Dusk have Strip Mine in his deck?
I'm gonna turn up Thunder now.
I mean,
he-
after a while,
I don't
I mean, after,
Well, he does, but you know he doesn't have it at the moment.
like Crucible is there to grind out through everything. So
Thunder
I mean,
was just trying to say something, yo.
I'm sorry.
No, it's no problem.
Am I?
Yeah.
Are you?
You
Oh,
were
I-
interrupting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I was just
No, I think I was interrupting.
I
you.
was just gonna say that that would probably explain why he didn't fetch a mountain off Field of Ruin. He didn't have
Because
one.
he doesn't have one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because you'd think he'd probably has at least like one more card that uses double red, right? Like
Perhaps.
I'd imagine the mana in this format is consistent enough to support double red, double white, and double blue in a 3-color deck.
Correct. He's playing Cryptic. So yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I already
Yeah,
said
but
the
I imagine he's played some dragons, right? Those are pretty common in this sort of deck.
Probably.
Like Glorybringer, Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker, Thundermaw, that sort of thing.
Now, unfortunately for Dusk, this Crucible Worlds is probably not long for the world. That
Yeah, I
or
think
Might get
Tulip-
cancelled.
like
Yeah, I
Or-
think it ran on the
maybe
wrong
Tulip
side of the
doesn't care.
council.
I mean, maybe Tulip has enough basics left that he doesn't care.
I really don't think Tulip cares here.
If
He cares.
if the
He
Field of
cares.
Ruin goes
Alright.
amok, gonna out
Field of
of
Ruin
mana
attacking, Field of Ruin attacking his red sources is probably really good. So yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially
Well,
because
you
red
saw
is the way that
Ravages.
this deck actually closes the game. Like, most of the big or a lot of the big threats in Jeskai Midrange are usually red. In this case, he's playing a decent amount of white, but for example, Glorybringer he's playing.
Is he
He's
playing
playing
Hero Blade?
Lightning Angel, Mantis Rider. He's playing Hero Blade Hold. Yes, I'm looking at the red cards mostly. Young
Wasteland, the Field of
PC,
Ruin.
Thundermaw. Like, all of these cards are double red. If,
Well, those are all online now because Wasteland takes care of this Field of Ruin.
yeah, but he's just gonna play it again from the graveyard.
No, Crucible
No,
got.
he used
Crucible
Council
got
of
Council.
Exile.
Council's Judgment, he ate the Crucible. Well, okay.
Which I have to say, I think is the right choice
have a
because
clock.
last game you saw.
Elspeth is a
Ooh,
win color.
Elspeth is powerful.
So you don't want to let him play Crucible, untap, and Armageddon your plane out of.
The Sergeant
Yeah.
Skanda need to find
Yeah,
Mr.
they-
Tulip some sort of threat.
Well,
Thundermaw would be the best draw off the top of it here, I think,
Yeah.
because it just kills
Worst
the
case
Elspeth.
scenario, he just holds
Uh,
up Forcible.
yeah.
Yeah,
Does
but that would be pretty
Against
bad.
the Elspeth?
Bin
He
Sing-
flips Search for Azcanta. Okay. So for those of you who haven't seen, Azcanta the Sunken Ruin flips over to reveal. Wait, no. Search for Azcanta flips over to reveal Azcanta the Sunken Ruin, which is two in a blue tap, and it's just impulse.
Why is he doing this now, though?
maybe there's some sorcery speed effect that deals with it. Hey, look! There's a sorcery
Cruise
speed
is
effect.
not bad, huh?
Hey, that's a sorcery speed effect.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Treasure
What do you
Cruise.
leave up here? The white mana or the red mana?
Leave up the white mana for swords.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully you draw some blue cards so that you can hold up Force of Will. It's a little late because this Elspeth's gonna start attacking for 4 essentially this turn by jumping the soldier. And he needs to find some answer to the Elspeth herself. The best answer is some sort of gigantic dragon.
Soulfire Grandmaster?
He did not find the blue card. That's actually pretty bad.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
And he's going shields down on swords.
I don't even think he's worried about it.
I think it's fine to him 4 from the soldier. He's still at that 12, potential 15 life.
Let's
And
see.
he needs to pressure the Elspeth.
So is Faith Spetter's gonna do work and hit the Soulfire Grandmaster?
I think it should.
It should.
Why?
Because Soulfire Grandmaster gives all your spells buyback for 4.
Fair enough.
And it
Yeah.
has lifelink.
It has lifelink. Yeah. Yeah.
Soulfire
Yeah.
Grandmaster in a control list. Oh my god, never mind.
I mean,
Also, I believe that Mr. is playing Time Walk, so that's an infinite combo, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
he has access
Tour's
to
playing
that.
Time
This
Walk?
mana,
Yo.
it's a hard lock, yeah.
I think he is. Like, it's probably why he's playing Sulfur, right? Oh, never mind. He's not playing Time Walk.
I mean, it's also just pretty
Is
good
it-
value when the game goes late, right? Like, giving all your spells buyback 4 is not
The
bad.
other Jeskai Midrange players playing Time Walk.
Also,
I think
turning
it's
your...
really loose not to play Time Walk in this deck, to be honest.
mean,
think
I don't know.
that's,
Maybe? It depends, like, what's Tulip's point spread like?
Is Mox Sapphire, GT, True Name, Mana Drain, Dig Through Time, Cruise, Mystic. I think you just
That is 11.
I think you
That's
just
12.
Nah.
If I
5,
count.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm counting 10.
Oh,
So, go through the list
Mox
again.
is 3, GT is 2.
DJ,
that's
5.
5.
Yeah, and then True Name, Drain,
True
Dig,
Name.
Cruise, Mystic. That's 1 each.
Dig, Cruise, Mystic?
Yeah.
Dig
Mystic
and
is
Cruise?
2.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Mystical
No,
Suit is
Mystic is
2.
1 man.
Oh,
Five,
Stoneforge
Mystic is 1
Mystic.
point.
6,
Not mystical.
7, 8, 9,
Yeah,
10.
Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay,
Oh,
Stoneforge
Forge
Mystic.
Mystic.
Yes, not mystical
Oh,
too.
oh, okay. Alright, I understand where you're getting confused. That's fair.
Sorry,
Drops the
more than
Gideon.
one card with Mystic
Yeah,
in there.
Gideon's pretty good right now.
Yeah, dropping Gaza here is pretty bad.
Gaza.
What?
Oh.
So either way, my point is that you cut the Mox, or maybe you even keep the Mox. You cut the like GT and Mystic, and that's where you find your that's where you can find your 6 points to play Time Walk, and I think it's just better, especially because it does give you an access to an infinite combo, which is
Angel of Avacyn and
kind of
Sphere of
incredible.
Safety in hand.
Archangel Avacyn, you mean?
Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's.
There's the swords.
Why? Swords the
Maybe
Soul.
Swords
Elspeth
before
is
the-
finally getting pressured at this point.
Less life gain.
Might
Yeah.
get the attack in.
Elspeth, unfortunately, at 7 loyalty.
Yeah, but Gideon plus.
Oh, yeah,
9
sorry, Gideon's a
kills
5/5.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Gideon plus 9 kills him. And Dust's just passing.
He might want to strap the sword to the knight and attack so that he gets a sword trigger, but I think it's correct to take Elspeth off the field.
Huh.
Still unable to hold his Force of Will up, though, which is unfortunate.
You know what would be good here, though, from Dusk?
Still not a blue card. off the top.
Armageddon or something would be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, and would be this. I guess he can actually. I mean, he can just hardcast Force, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, he's not gonna be able to if he keeps tapping Ascanta during his main phase.
I mean,
I think
digging
this
for
is
blue
actually
cards.
correct. He's looking
I
for a
disagree.
blue card for a
If he
force.
finds a blue card, he can still hold a force,
agree,
yeah.
but on
Yeah,
the
it
other
still
hand,
has-
if you don't do it now, you can just hardcast Force.
A Johnny Vengeance.
Or you can get a Johnny Vengeance.
Out of 4 cards, he chose a Johnny Vengeance, huh?
Look, you can get a Johnny Vengeance, but that's worse than having Force of Will up at this point. You're already ahead on board. This Elspeth's gonna die. You want to have a counterspell, access to a counterspell, so that like you can avoid getting like Armageddon, for example, like we were just discussing.
Yeah, I think Force of Will. I mean, obviously Tulip doesn't know this, but Force of Will is pretty much the hard counter to the Avacyn play. He goes Flash in Avacyn, you're like Force of Will.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, which is
Tulip
why
definitely not respecting Armageddon. Definitely not.
I mean, I think it's just incredibly loose to tap any mana on your turn when you have Force. You wait. You keep your option to like activate Ascanta.
Yeah, Flashes in Archangel Avacyn.
It's probably gonna block the
Avacyn
Night.
probably blocks the Night.
Yeah, blocks
Ally.
the.
Maybe
doesn't.
Both huge actually because of this
Maybe
sword.
doesn't. Can. Oh wait.
I would block and kill the Knight.
Oh yeah, it gives. Yeah.
Avacyn's gonna die now.
Yeah, Avacyn's indestructible. No, Avacyn's indestructible.
Oh, Avacyn's indestructible. You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, block the token.
Yeah.
Elspeth goes to loyalty.
Down to
right?
2.
Token.
And Forkbull will take out Elspeth, I would imagine.
Forkbull finishes off Elspeth.
No,
she
it's
actually-
indestructible.
Are the new... No, Elspeth is indestructible because she's not a
Permanents are
creature.
indestructible, but loyalty counters don't
No,
destroy.
creatures are indestructible.
Oh, the Elspeth. Sorry.
Also, yeah, creatures.
When Archangel Avacyn enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain indestructible.
I don't think
Avacyn
I don't
instead
think
of-
making your planeswalker indestructible would work either.
Yeah, no, but I
His
had
loyalty,
Avacyn.
yeah.
I had Avacyn instead of Elspeth. This was my mistake.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gideon
more
Trials?
planeswalkers.
Gideon trials prevent damage that Gideon would deal. Yeah, that's
Yeah, so
That's
Gideon is
viable.
forced to.
I thought you meant targeting
Gideon
him,
is forced-
like, Gideon the Trials, and I was like,
Gideon-
excuse me?
Gideon protect from other Gideon.
Yeah.
Which
That
means
seems
probably,
like a flavor fail.
Chad fight.
Yeah.
which means probably the
This is a 2-turn clock.
wow,
from
I
Tulip.
cannot talk. Which means probably the place to play this Ajani Vengeance and try to shoot down the Gideon at this
Well,
point.
we'll see if he activates his Kansa main phase again.
The play might be to freeze. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, you got to take care of this Gideon first. Gideon's at 4 though.
I mean, at worst case scenario with Gaza, you can still just tick up and make more 2/2s.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
make
that's
a
what
knight
Gideon's
and
doing.
strap the ward to one of them, and then probably play a Johnny Vengeance to bolt down something.
Since Gideon's at 4, he can't just slam a Johnny -2 and helix it to death.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as Kansa's main phase again. Alright.
Battle
these are
Brainstorm.
so bad.
Prime's a blue card. That's a blue card.
I
That
mean, at
is
least
a
it's a
blue-
blue card, but come on!
Dusk has already resolved probably the most meaningful spells.
Instant,
They
speed,
need to.
effects. Come on.
Like mostly, like the thing that bothers me is that you're finding a blue card so that 2-for-1 yourself with Force of Will on a board where you can just cast Force of Will and
Exactly.
like pay 5 mana for it. You have the mana, and if the opponent doesn't do something that you need to Force of Will, you can just activate the Scant at the end of his turn.
Oh my god.
He
This
could've
is
just,
so
he could've
bad.
just, he could have just played Marsh Flats, held up Force, and then impulsed on end step, and still been able to force something.
Exactly! I don't understand. I mean, maybe he's looking for some, like, sorcery speed something, but...
I think
console
Credit
strategy-
Tour is the best hit there.
Pain, like also like not only he's playing all of his cards main phase, he's playing them all of them main phase 1.
Okay,
Like,
so
I mean,
he's already like paid with Zavas in play because he didn't have the mana because he activated Force of Will before he activated Ascanta in his first main phase.
just didn't play Marsh Flats, either. Mad respect on that one. Selfless spirit.
alright, Selfless Spirit. That's...
I think you play Marsh Flats when you have Brainstorm in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was the joke. I mean, again,
Resolve.
I guess
Tulip might
probably
watch
Brainstorm
this.
is gonna be.
I respect Tulip as a player. I don't think he's, like, playing exceptionally poorly. I just think the specific choice with his Force of Will is suboptimal.
Sunshine can now flip his Avacyn wherever he wants.
It's
He
true.
sure can.
Doesn't do a whole lot. But...
Will it be indestructible?
No, you flip it.
It will deal 3 damage to everything.
Wait a
Which
second.
clears
So
the-
hold on.
Kills the
Hold on.
That's already
Kills
neutralized. The
Soulfire
Soulfire is
Grandmaster.
already
It does 3 to each player as well.
I'm
It's
saying,
each creature and opponent.
does Archangel Avacyn become? And we're about to see it. So it flips, and then the trigger activates, and creatures you control gain indestructible.
Yeah, it's indestructible till
I mean,
time, so.
The indestructible thing isn't really relevant here because Avacyn doesn't hurt herself.
You transform Archangel Avacyn at the beginning of the next upkeep.
Yeah, so it'll be the start of Tulip's turn.
Yeah.
That's not particularly bad for Tulip, but it does mean this Night Owl can't swing.
I think Tulip should have, or Dustshine should have done that in combat on Tulip's turn, so he could block something safely.
Yeah.
But you have to wait until next.
Well,
Actually,
the transform
uses
is the
Spirit
same
Turn.
object. It's just transformed.
But it's a 6/5 instead of a 4/5.
I mean, yeah, it
but
does
you
also
It
block
doesn't
well.
transform until the next upkeep. It does.
Yeah. Gaza makes...
Interesting. Duskshine zeros Gideon into the trials, and makes him a creature.
I mean, yeah, this is...
He is indestructible.
It's forcing... Well, yeah, it prevents all damage done to it.
Excuse
See
me
that?
for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Tulip
And
has...
then, like, you haven't
Tulip has
instant
to rip-
speed anything, and now you instant speed the brainstorm. Like,
What?
this is just not how you're supposed to play these cards.
I don't understand what's going on Tulip's end.
Well, I think
He
Tulip has
cast
to
a
dig for
brainstorm.
sword. I think Tulip has to
Yeah,
dig
but-
for like swords to blush, or not swords.
He already played Swords.
Yeah,
well,
swords
he
are
has
used. He has to dig for, like,
Snapcaster.
staff. Oh, has
So
a
he can-
Snapcaster?
Yeah, he
Okay,
did hit
so
Snapcaster.
Snapcaster
He can
Swords is
snap
Avacyn.
Swords Avacyn.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
goes
now.
Snap Swords Abbas, attack down Gideon. He goes down
Lets
to
it
what?
happen.
Yeah.
What?
He's probably gonna be going down to 1 life.
I'm back.
Can...
Oh, but
Yeah,
then he can
he's,
gain some life with the Johnny Vengeant. I think actually
looks
Tulip
like-
is in it. As much as Tulip has been playing these blue cards in an incredibly loose way, I want to have words with him because this was not a reasonable way of playing these blue cards. But I think that he's actually in a good position.
We can flash back a
Despite-
treasure cruise
despite
with
himself.
Snappy.
Duskshine, I don't think you do.
No,
you
he's
have
gonna,
to, you have to swords
he's gonna
as
snap
Avacyn.
swords the Avacyn. And
Notably,
then he can remain to, like,
Duskshine,
kill the Gideon.
Duskshine actually redirected the Avacyn damage to Gideon.
What?
Whoa,
Why did he not?
what?
Oh my god!
Well, because he's dead on board anyways. He's dead on board anyways.
No, but
the
he
problem
can,
is Gideon has...
he can swords the Avacyn and kill the Gideon of the trials with Gideon.
Yeah, but Duskshine also doesn't know that Tulip has a snap in hand.
Correct.
No, but Tulip does.
No, we're not talking about Tulip. I was saying Duskshine redirected the damage to Gideon. That's all I said.
Yeah.
Swords been
I don't think that's wrong to do because both these creatures are lethal.
Has swords been eaten by the
No, the swords is still
by
in
the treasure
Tulip's
cruise?
graveyard.
Still in the graveyard?
The
I'm
swords
trying
is
right
in the
now.
graveyard.
Wait, why did he
Johnny
redirect if
Vengeance.
the damage was lethal?
The damage,
It
the
was-
3
it
damage
was
wasn't
gonna
lethal.
knock
It would
him
have
down
put
to
Tulip to
1.
1, which...
Oh, okay, alright.
Yeah, swords is in the graveyard. Also counts as judgment, also an option, but that's more mana intensive.
Johnny Vengeant freezing Gideon of the Trials.
Probably a Johnny Vengeant might shoot Gideon of the trials. No, I guess freezing also is
What?
fine.
So Tulip has to be going caster swords.
Yeah, has to
yeah,
Snapcaster
he
swords.
literally
yeah,
has to.
That's
Otherwise,
the only
yeah.
option to not die.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. It feels bad to
just-
snap back a swords when there's a completely free cruise in the graveyard, but...
Cards are not a problem for him. He already has this Ascanta that's gonna find him stuff.
Yeah, Tulip is now
needs not to
very
die.
firmly in control. I
As I say, has
I think
Tulip
Tulip's
just
got
turned the board, turned the
Yeah.
tables?
I think Tulip has turned the table a long time ago. I think that he just been
it.
playing
Getting the Trials is never untapping, so it's never attacking ever again. So you...
Also, he can just shoot it to death with, like, can just attack it to death.
Okay, use Gideon Ally Zendikar to make a knight. rather
He's
than
got
a
Journey to
Trials.
Nowhere and Sphere of Safety.
That
two
Doesn't
great cards.
really do anything.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything.
Turn into nowhere.
It's
Snapcaster.
snappy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you shouldn't hit snappy because if
In
they have
case they
some
have
way
a
to
disenchant.
destroy Journey to Nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Tulip has a disenchant, but if
No,
he
but
has
he has like council judgments in his
I
graveyard,
mean,
right? If he flashes it back,
yeah.
he has access to
I don't know. I think Tulip could be playing Wear Terror.
Oh, dude, Wear Terror is sweet. I play Wear Terror. That card is great.
I don't think you need it as much when your deck can have like Oblivion Ring in it, though.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, Dust Shine.
Or Council's Judgment specifically, which we already saw.
Not sure what.
But I don't think it matters too much. I think that the Mr. Tulip, despite himself, has like it's gonna be very hard to lose this game.
Yeah, Johnny Vengeance
Despite
can
his
also just start
obstinacy
gaining up
in
some
making
life.
sure that he doesn't keep this Force of Will up. But you know.
You probably want to keep getting the Trials on freeze with the Johnny Vengeance.
I think you don't even need to. I think you just shoot. I think you just take the time to like take one attack off to kill it with Gideon, with Night Allies or whatever, so that then your Johnny Vengeance can fire some lightning
Well, it
hits
depends.
and,
If did
give you some life.
Just remember to use one of Gideon's abilities.
Yeah,
Targeted
it's
Gideon.
nice.
Okay, yeah, Gideon Alexander Zendikar can't attack Gideon in the trials. That's not going to happen because
Alright.
it plus to target Gideon.
Yeah, it could have if he had swords the
But it looks
what's his
like
name the third Gideon attack, but you know.
yeah, it looks like Tulip just shot Gideon in the trials with a Johnny Vengeance.
You know,
and
I
is
think-
probably
I
gonna
think
put a. My guess is
Then
put a
he's gonna
sword on
probably
this
just
Night
block
Ally
with
and
an
finish it
ally.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much over.
It's been over for a while, I think.
You probably want to activate this concept before
Tulip,
you Sword of Feast
now
and Famine.
Tulip also does not have anything to do, so it's physically impossible for him not to hit Force of Will out. I don't think he can spend enough mana. Like he would need to like tap himself out willingly.
Really? With the Sword of Feast and Famine, this play, huh?
Oh no, yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
need
the sword's not gonna trigger anyway, right? Because
yeah.
you're not damaging a player, so
And
there is
this
no
way
reason to
you
spend
leave
mana.
up as Kanta and Force hard
Yeah.
cast. So
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
There is no way for Tulip not to hit up Force of Will at this point. I
Sphere
don't
of
think
safety.
even care about the Sphere of Safety.
No.
I don't think. I think it's
I mean, you might as well, right?
no, because this Force of Will is gonna like avoid you getting Armageddon or something stupid like that. You have
Armageddon
one
would be
counter
bad.
spell in hand.
Even Armageddon on this board isn't very good for.
I used
Dust
Armageddon as an example. If
Right.
Yeah,
Mr.
and
Tulip does something,
Dust
if
Casino.
yeah, okay, but if Duskshine did something crazy to the board, I think you want this Force of Will to counter something more than is like, oh, I have to spend one mana occasionally to attack with something. You're gonna die. He's gonna die eventually.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
All right.
So we are done with our round. I'm gonna need match results from players. Okay.
That was two.
So
He won.
Dusk versus Tulip. Tulip wins
won.
2-1.
He won 2-0.
2-0. Okay.
Cool, yeah.
MC Mage
It
versus
took a
Esper.
very long time, but
Esper wins 2-0. Yeah.
Tulip.
Duo.
I have to say
The Snapcaster of
Some
Swords
of the
made me sad.
I disagree with some of the ways that you played some of the blue cards in your hand towards the end of that game, but I'll save this argument for another time. I had some not so kind things to say on stream.
That's
You can just watch the replay.
yeah. We were a little rude, to be fair. I apologize for that. So
I'm gonna hold it like I see it. It's
We're
not like
now
I see it with a garbage person. I just didn't agree with the way he played.
we're now in round 2. How do you guys feel after round 1?
Tired.
I
had
think
a
I made a
bye.
good meta decision for once.
Yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night because of Spring Forward.
That match was just exhausting.
That was rough.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had it
Great
turned
game.
around, and then he swords me again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stabilizing sucks.
How do you guys feel about it?
Abasin should not have been on the field. I'll just say this right now. Tulip went shield down to activate Ascanta main phase in a turn when I didn't think he had any reason to, and the hit falls. So should just eat the force of will, and I think at that point the board looks very different for you.
No, okay. Because I'm a real
that's not the
nerd,
game we played, so.
and I want to make some interesting content. How do you guys feel about daylight savings in general?
Yeah.
It's fine.
It does
I
nothing.
do not
It's a
feel particularly strongly against or in favor of it.
It is kind of meaningless though, right? Because
Yeah.
It depends on it really depends what you do for a living.
that's true.
Like, if you have to work outside in the spring and the summer, it's helpful.
Really? I guess.
You
right?
get-
yeah.
I mean,
Fair enough.
you lose the hour of daylight in the morning when it's a bit less impactful, but you gain the extra hour in the afternoon. And this does depend largely on where you live, actually. Right? There are some parts
Yeah, if you live in a place
of the
where the
world that
sun.
just don't care. Like, if you're at a very high altitude or you're close to the equator, daylight savings is meaningless.
Yeah. Well.
Right, like in the U.S., Arizona doesn't use it because it doesn't do anything
I
for
don't
them.
think Indiana does either.
Yeah, we do.
Oh well.
I wasn't sure. I thought somebody told me that it didn't.
Alright, okay.
Indiana has its fair share of weirdness time zone to the fact that like a little bit of the state is randomly on a different time zone than the rest. Well, not so randomly, but other than that, I believe they do have. That's not the daylight saving is not. It's not the problem there.
The round 2 pairings are up. Good luck.
All right, what do we got? This time I actually get to participate in the decision of choosing the game since the Xmage is working for me.
We have Black, White, Death and Taxes versus Jeskai Midrange with Arterian versus
Okay.
Tulip. We have.
That sounds like a nice matchup, but I don't think I can watch Tulip again. Not after what he did to the poor force of
We have Thunder Numbers versus
Brow.
Am I losing my mind?
It's
Yes.
Where's Espero? Oh,
um,
okay. We have Red White Prison versus Jeskai Midrange with Thunder Numbers versus Espero. Those are our 2 new players. And then we have Dustshine versus Mages, which is Big White versus
Is that
Mono
combo
White
and
Hand.
combo? You know, we should watch the new players. Let's watch Thunder Numbers and
Yeah.
Sprout. Yeah.
Oh my god. We have so many people. We have a person in the chat. And I ignored them because I'm
a terrible host.
Yeah, I'm just a bad person. Wow. Just the worst. Alright, okay. Let's
Now with the incredible technology of Xmage, I learned how to ask for both things instead of one.
Oh my god, that right there is stupid.
Choice design. I think Thunder Numbers is died in his hands. Yeah. All right.
We get to see more Jeskai Midrange, which is nice.
Yeah, Jeskai Midrange is mulligan. I think this is closer to stock. With his sticks, which is Barriers, Full Storm Breath, Mox, Ruby, Fulminator, Plateau, Assemble the Legion, notably no blue mana. I think he
Assemble the Legion, what a card.
That he kept it.
Yeah, which is I think risky, but
Yeah, Risky's putting it a little mild.
Plays out the Mox Ruby without a hit.
no, he says it's Plateau.
Yeah, but he's still 3 mana from doing anything super impactful.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he is heard through the grapevine. that
Matter
Brow is
Reshaper?
on his low.
What?
Sorry, Thunder Numbers is on his low deck.
Matter Reshaper, what a card.
Matter Reshaper. That is
Can you?
it's gonna interest you.
Come on,
Shaper,
Espro's side,
that's
we
a
got
thing now?
lands.
So on Espro's side, we
Karizev?
have Arctrail, Island, Sword, Shivan Reef, Resto, Abarkar Waste, Karizev.
I think Karizev is going to be the real annoying one out of this hand because he goes Karizev, Sword of Feast and Famine, equip Sword of Feast and Famine on Karizev, and like Thunder Numbers loses the game. Menace is
Also worth mentioning, I have said before that there was no blue in Thunder Numbers, and the answer is yeah, no, of course there is no blue. He's playing a Boros deck.
yeah, but Boros
Magma is the draw.
draws Magnajet. You probably want to cast Magnajet just to try to hit a land, right?
Yeah. Or you save it and.
I mean, I don't think you cast it right now.
Monkey.
I think you wait to see if Brow plays a target for it, but you play the monkey down.
Yeah, I would save it and hit the monkey. It saves you 2 life.
He's just
Yeah,
not
and
hitting.
finds you the land that you need.
Okay, so do you play the sword or save up Aven Mind Sensor?
Do we see
I think
Aven
In Brow's hand.
There
I
is.
think I like playing Aven Mind Sensor. There's no reason to play the sword yet. You can play the sword when you're on 5 mana.
Thunder Numbers.
Oh,
Oh
we're
yeah.
gonna see
Well, I
this?
guess Scry doesn't mean draw. Hits the
No, it doesn't.
Ragavan.
Which is why you do it now,
Yeah.
so that you gain 2 life and you get to scry 2. And
Let's see what he
Fine.
scries. Both on the bottom.
Both on the bottom, so no land probably. Let's see if he gets there. And the draw from him is well, I thought we would be moving through the end of the turn faster than we did. I think he's also trying to decide whether he wants to play the sword or hold up. What's his name?
Aven.
But I think at holding up Aven Mind Sensor is on your against your opponent is mana screwed. If like he goes fetch land and you get to get him, and the draw is Armageddon.
Get him. Oofta.
Oof.
How much longer do you think Thunder sticks around this game?
What an ugly Armageddon! Holy shit.
He's probably going to.
Language.
I mean, when I see it at the on aspect of Wolf, so it's actually pretty rare.
Did you just say aspect of Wolf? I'm sorry, what?
I mean, instead of the Armageddon art, there is this art on these green cards from very early set. It's called Aspect of Wolf. That gives a creature plus X, where plus X plus Y is where X is half the number of forests you have in play around in down. Y is the number that you have in play around it up. It's a real card. One is the green.
Is it really half the force you have rounded down and half the force you have rounded up?
Yep. Plus X plus Y.
Why?
Wow.
Y is the number of forests you have rounded up. We just talked about.
God damn it.
Thunder Numbers draw is crucible for it.
No
So he's still not.
lands.
Yeah,
And he just concedes the game.
He's seen enough. He's
That's fair enough.
Yep.
Have you guys ever had Brookside chocolate mints? They're not mints. They're like Brookside chocolates.
I've
They have
never
a
even
little-
heard of them.
They have a little piece of like candy maybe inside. And they're delicious and you should like them.
I actually will say this right
Oh.
now. In the meantime, Thunder Numbers' hand is still like not great. He's got a hand with the plain City of Traitors Waste, so no red.
City of
in it.
Traitors.
And the other card in it is Staff of Nin's Sphere Reality.
He's playing
There's
wastes?
a Trinisphere.
Sphere, which is pretty spicy.
Reality Smasher, huh?
Yeah.
Uh,
I actually am gonna.
Oh god.
Because I've never seen. It's something that.
You are lagging out for me.
Me too, big time.
Chalice on 1?
Do you go Chalice on 1, or do you just jam Trinisphere?
Jam
I think
Trinisphere
you
and then
jam-
put
you-
Chalice on 3?
Or Chalice on 1 and
I
Trinisphere
don't
next
think it's
turn, I
possible to
No,
Chalice.
but the problem with doing that is that City of Traders, like then you have to sack your City of Traders, and you lock yourself on their own Traders figure.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Well,
think you
play
go
the
Chalice on
Waste
1, and then
first
next turn you
turn.
have to drop the Training Sphere.
Plays the Wastes. Chalice on 1, alright.
Yeah.
Let's see what's in
And then
Escrow.
the next turn you drop the Training Sphere, eventually you're gonna find more land. If, honestly, like, maybe you draw
Turns
even
off Source of
another land,
Plowshares.
so... Yeah.
More carries have action.
Honestly, maybe next turn you even find that there is not a City of Traders, and if the City of Traders stuff of Nin or this Reality Smash.
So Judge, I have a question. You play
I have an
Chalice of
answer.
Void, Chalice of the Void on 1, and then you play
Yes.
Trinisphere. Can your opponent cast Swords to Plowshares?
No, because CMC is still 1.
The CMC of the spell is still 1. The converted mana cost of a card, unless it has an X in it or it's a double face card. Sorry, not a double face card. A
Morph?
is always what's in the top right corner of the card.
City of Traders,
Yeah.
and he might go Everflowing Chalice for 2 multi-kicker,
Yeah, that's
and then he'll be able to
I
cast
think,
Reality Smasher next turn.
I think I like that plan. Or he would be able to play
Or-
Staff of Nin that
Chalice
can kill the
can't
Ragavan
one.
every turn. He's playing Chalice Tribal, as far as I can see.
Yeah, right? Chalice
Yeah.
of the Void and Everflowing Chalice. Are there other Chalices? Let me do a quick
Chalice
Scryfall.
of Life and Chalice of Life, Chalice of
Where's
Death
my
is a flip
Scryfall?
card.
That's not even where my Scryfall is. Where did I put that? Damn it.
I think I like
High
actually
quality
just dropping
tech.
the Staff of Nin next turn, because it means you can neutralize this Ragavan. In the meantime, Brow is stuck on 2, so we see a little bit of the flip side of what happened last time.
There's Chalice of Life.
That's what I'm saying. Chalice of
Oops.
Life, Chalice.
There's Chalice of Life, which
Oh
transforms
god!
TNN.
Oh my god!
Yep.
Flame Nemesis. Never mind. That's where all of the
I
hopes and dreams go shatter.
Yeah.
I think that's almost GG.
Well, let's
Chalice of
see.
Life
Reality Smasher matches
flips
relatively
to
well
Chalice
to
of
Flame
Death.
Nemesis.
There's
So,
also
like,
Hierophant
so
Chalice?
there's that. Like, Reality Smasher matches well against Runame Nemesis.
Correct,
But
yeah.
I think that if they raise, actually Brow wins the race because he's cracking for 6 every turn.
Yeah.
With
So
the
he
Staff of
can kill
Nin.
him. Yeah, with the Staff of Nin, maybe not so much.
Well, he's down to 5 mana now.
He sacrificed the City of Traders to
Yeah,
get double
yeah,
white.
because he needs access to red man. No, he didn't have red man. I don't. No, he does.
Interesting. With Staff of Nin, you can always ping the Ragavan and take the damage down by 2.
Yeah.
Let's see. What other chalices are there? Oh, Urza's chalice. Urza has a chalice. Do you know that one?
I mean, of course, Urza has a chalice. Urza has anything. He has sunglasses.
Okay. Think of the worst. You know all those staffs like the staff of red or whatever, where whenever you play a red spell you
Staff
gain 1
of-
life.
Stuff of the wild Magus, stuff of the death Magus, and so on and so forth.
Right.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but just the worst. There's Urza's Chalice. It is a 1-mana artifact. Whenever a player casts an artifact spell, you may pay 1 generic. If you do, you gain 1 whole life. Wow, Urza, your chalice is garbage, dude. Throw that shit away.
Look, Urza made a bunch of different things, and they can't all turn out great. Like,
Are we gonna see Staff of Nin here?
maybe.
Probably.
It's certainly an option.
If you play Staff and Nin, then you start the race, because you're hitting.
I think one of our match ended. Or maybe one of our people disappeared.
No, somebody just popped in. I don't
And then
recognize
popped out.
them,
Okay, then.
Cryptic. Oh no.
Bounce Everflowing Chalice?
Oh no.
I don't know if that's what he's doing. No, tap all creatures.
I mean,
oh!
Probably bounce something?
No, he tapped the Reality Smasher.
Yeah. But then you get to do another thing, right?
Counter tap. He countered the staff.
All right. Okay.
So.
Does he hit?
Well,
was
that stuff played with one?
Yeah.
Paid the iron price for playing his spell main phase 1. Please don't play your spell main phase 1. I think that's gonna host his negate. I think that's what's happening.
Who's that?
I got two of.
God! Holy shit!
Him the game.
He went off turn 3 and turn 2.
Who is that? Who is really loud?
Oh, maybe me?
Oh my lord!
Sorry.
It's not loud when I'm seated.
I nearly died jumping out of my chair there.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, stream.
Alright. Either way, the point I was trying to make was that I think that playing this stuff...
Hits them out for the Sweltering Suns! Oh my god!
Ow.
Does not do anything for True Name Nemesis.
Yeah, it does not
yeah, but like... Carry Zed.
Yeah, but it does buy him a turn.
Goodbye,
But
Carry.
I don't think it's enough. I think literally playing this in main phase 1 cost him the game. Because it means that he lost an attack because the Cryptic was able to tap Reality Smasher instead of doing something else. And that ended up meaning that now Brown
Hits the Sweltering Suns, yeah.
kids, play your spell main phase 2. Like that's everything. That's everything that there is.
There goes
you
the
have to play
model.
your spell main phase 2.
Muddle the mixture.
Is a problem.
Yep.
So now it's just game over.
Yep. That is unfortunate. Red White Prison never got to establish against this sort of aggressive Jeskai deck.
Muddle the Mixture actually casting something, or countering something.
Yeah, Muddle the Mixture is a good counterspell.
I guess I countered it.
No.
I countered something with it on Friday, so.
Out of all of the transmute cards, Muddle the Mixer is for sure the one you cast the most often. Because the front side of it is actually not an unreasonable magic card.
I'm not sure whether Dizzy's spell is a better transmute card because it hits Ancestral. But...
Well, I mean...
If you're transmitting Dizzy's spell, you're probably hitting high attack.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a few different targets. But, like, in terms of mana host, sure. But in terms of, like, what the card actually does...
Yep, and there's this brow. So
Brown,
remind me
Brown
again,
takes it.
for transmute, is it the same CMC or the same exact cost?
CMC.
CMC.
Okay. We're gonna hop into
Arterial
Tulip
Legacy is still
Arterian
going.
game.
Yeah, let's go watch some powerful magic of it. We come to a fairly established board with the white black taxes play on 4 different. Yeah, they're trying to like Jace to get back into the game.
Arterian is up 1 game.
All right.
Since you guys didn't know the whole hand, if you hover your mouse over their picture, it'll tell you everything about the match.
I know that much.
Yeah, I just found that out on accident today. So
Kitesail Freebooter is exiling an Impulse, and Palace Jailer.
Palace Jailer is in exile for...
Palace Jailer in exile for... Probably got plowed or something.
Yep. Collective Brutality. Yeah, so Arterian Legacy here is really showing off some of the advantages of also playing black in a black-white taxes list. A lot of this...
Play Kitesail Freebooter?
A lot of the hand attack interaction is really good.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that collective brutality hit dig through time, meaning that all that Tulip has left in hand is Aven Mindcester and Aven Ancestor and Hallowed
Mind
Fountain.
Sensor.
I'm a genius. All right, getting Battleforge flips.
I don't think Mr. Tulip can actually. You said that Tyrion Legacy is ahead one game.
Yeah,
Yes.
Arturian's up 1.
Yeah, there's a little crown.
I think we're gonna see him game in the order.
Yeah, interesting that we come in on the tail end of this with Black, White, Death, and Taxes coming out on top.
Both players have even mind sensor in their head.
Tulip can flash out Aven Mindcester and equip the GT because he's not literally dead next combat step.
Yeah, and he can actually just flash into block. I think it is his correct place to just actually wait and flash into block the kites and freebooter.
Gets back impulse, casts the impulse. Yeah, I guess.
No, it doesn't. It'll sack the Selfless Spirit.
Yeah, but you still do the kite sail freebooter because that saves you one more life.
Yeah. You block the kite sail, but it.
Yeah, you're not gonna kill the kite sail, but that means that you're taking one less point of that.
Yeah. So he's gonna play the Mind Sensor and equip the GT?
Yeah, I think I don't like this line. I think I like trying to ambush things, but I guess that's fine. I guess that still works because maybe the Heitzer just does not attack or whatever.
This play with the equipping the GT to the Aven Mind Sensor is a much more awkward play for Arturian because if he swings out with Kite Sail, you block with Aven Mind Sensor, and then it gets 2 counters, and you can, hit Thalia or something like that.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's true.
It depends if we go
the -1/-1 mode on Jita even if it's not equipped. So if the Jita gets 2 counters, this Thalia is gonna go down.
Yeah. And if Arturian swings out here and we see the Aven Mind Sensor block, it should block the Kite Sail Freebooter because then worst case scenario, Jita takes out both others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can even assuming that the Selfless Spirit gets sucked, maybe you don't even kill the Thalia and kill the Kite Sail Freebooter so that you can get your impulse back.
That's fair.
I think you probably still kill the Thalia, but there is the other line, which is to block the Gideon to save yourself the most life, and that clears both the Thalia and the Selfless Spirit.
Are we going to see Selfless Spirit sack itself here?
Yeah, for sure.
It has to.
Yeah. I don't think it's even a question.
No?
No?
No. Alright.
Okay, and then you just -1, take both counters out the GT, kill Selfless and Thalia? Remember, Indestructible doesn't save you from having 0 toughness.
No, but Tulip has to find a creature.
Oh, I don't think that should be too hard. Oh, yeah.
If he doesn't find a creature... He needs to find 2 creatures, because Arturian has the, Aven...
What happened? I right-clicked and I was like, request permission to see hand cards from Tulip. And then it was like, you already can see hand cards, and I couldn't, and then I can't.
You switch hands.
I couldn't. The button didn't exist. I hadn't asked to see any player's hand yet.
Oh.
Weird.
It's Xmage. Oh, it carries over from last game.
Ah! Okay. Does
At
Tulip
least
take
it did
off...
for me.
So, does Tulip take off the counters now, or... when does the counters come off? There goes Tech Edge. Monarch triggers. Art has 2 cards in hand now. Now he's going to take off the GT triggers.
Yep.
So is the Monarch trigger at the end of...
It's at the beginning of the end step.
Beginning of the end step.
Yep.
Not the end of the end step. Mock Sapphire...
Arcadian hit declarations, so it's over. It's game over. Tulip's at 2, even if he hits a creature off of impulse. Yeah.
Even Mind Sensor doesn't prevent Impulse from going.
No, but it's... I don't know what...
That's white. It's flashy haste, so essentially, unless Tulip hits a creature that counts as 2 creatures, he's screwed.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say, is that unless...
If he hits a creature with first strike, he should be fine. Because...
Yeah, because you can... Well, if he can play it and equip.
Yeah, so you have to hit, like, literally Thalia here.
Yeah.
Is there any 2 CMC first strike?
Well, play a Johnny and bolt the Mind Sensor. That puts you up to...
Yeah, you do gain the life. You go up to 5.
Yeah? Okay, I need to go...
And then you have an Ajani on 1, which means that if he attacks at the Gideon Battleforge, you probably want to hit Ajani.
This is a pristine example on play your stuff at the end of their turn if you can.
Yeah.
Because if he waits to play the Mind Sensor, it's over because he's swinging for 6.
Correct. What's an Arterian's hand? Let me request permission to see hand cards on the top of the screen.
It's a Declaration of Stone and Bob.
Declaration in Stone and Bob. Just attacks the life total. Plays at the Bob. That's probably gonna get a Johnny Vengeance. I think the real killer here is Arterian Legacy has the Monarchy. Young Pyreezy. Not gonna do it.
Banisher Priest is in Arterian's hand. So...
Yuck? You?
Yeah.
Yeah, Young Pyreezy comes out. He can carry a Jite, I guess? Theoretically.
Arterian has 2 removal spells in hand.
Yeah, I don't think Young Pyreezy's surviving this.
Yeah, because even if Dark Confidence hits Draco, Arterian is still alive.
He ticked up with a Johnny Vengeance to keep Gideon tapped
Gideon tapped, yeah.
Flips over to Elspeth. It takes 4, but that really doesn't matter. Young Pyreezy's dead, and we're swinging for lethal with Bob.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Bob's gonna get jumped, I bet.
Yeah. That's probably not the best terminology to use, huh? Because jumping also implies attack, correct? Look, I'm not... Woo! There we go. I found it. I found the correct page. Hello.
Hello.
Everybody's back. How did the rounds go, boys? Because we have no women here. We had one for 1 week, but Magic is pretty duty.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie.
You won 2-0 or 2-1?
2-0.
Alright.
Has everything this been 2-0?
Oh my god. Yeah.
The week of insurmountable victory.
Thunder numbers. Who won out of you and Esprout?
I did.
2-0.
Esprout 2-0. Alright.
Yeah.
Pair round 3. Okay, let me type things up. Really interesting game so far. We have 2 Jeskai Midrange lists, but there are some differences between the 2.
A little bit.
In Esprout's list, you're playing a more aggressive Jeskai Midrange, yeah?
Yep, that's the way I like it.
And Tulip is playing a more control-y Jeskai Midrange?
Yep.
Wow, that's all you guys had to say about it.
I mean, I'm pretty new to Highlander. I come from Legacy, and I usually play Sultai Delver.
Really?
But yeah, I like this list. It's got a lot of utility. The Time Walk combo is just nice to have.
Oh yeah, with Soulfire Grandmaster.
Yeah, you just get to auto win sometimes.
Yeah, just whoops, I win the game is pretty good.
Oops, you don't get to have a turn ever again.
6
Yeah.
mana.
And Muddle the Mixture gets to dig up both halves of it, which is pretty great. So.
Oh my god, that is kind of nuts. And
Wait,
and
what?
what are the rest of your 4 points? If you don't
My
mind.
4 points are, I have a list in front of me. The Jite for 2, Stoneforge Mystic 1, and True Name Nemesis also 1.
Interesting.
So I think the Time Walk is extremely important in an aggressive list. Like,
I'm
knocks are
inclined to
nice,
agree.
but being able to just turn a almost win into an I just win with Time Walk is really, really powerful.
We've also lost Red Mage. He just stopped
Disappeared
existing.
off the face of the earth.
Goodbye. We'll see you guys next week. No. I'm gonna drop the pairings in chat. Sorry, Dusk.
Yep.
Oh, fun.
Oh, hey, the two mages playing fast
Yep.
combo against each other.
Fuck
Yep.
Yeah,
you both.
Well, didn't we both play Lantern last week?
One of you guys needs to change your name, alright? I can't handle the double mage. Oh, goodness. Hello, Dustshine. How's it going?
Miserably.
Yeah. You haven't had a particularly good run this week, no?
No, I have not.
You did win last week.
I was on the back foot the entire time against Jeskai. And then I played about 4 spells total against mages.
Oh, nice. 4 spells total of all time?
I think game 1 I cast Journey to Nowhere on a Crimson Kobolds.
Oh,
I Council's Judgmented
no.
his Grim Monolith. And then he still went off.
Yuck. I'm
Game
sorry to hear
2,
that.
I got done a Knight of the Holy Nimbus. And then he killed me on turn 2.
Wolf.
He went Mountain, Memnite, Mana Vault.
Mana Vault, huh?
Oh no, sorry, it's just Mountain, Mana Vault, and then turn 2 he went Memnite, Swamp. He had another. He had something else that gave him another black. I don't remember what it was.
Phyrexian Tower?
I don't remember, but he got another black mana somehow, and then cast Tendrils or cast Ad Nauseam turn 2.
Mm.
And
Yeah, so
killed
for
me.
those of you...
Also, he found out that there's a storm counter
Oh, yeah, right next to the, like...
right next to cancel skip.
Yeah, interesting. So,
He's
for
like,
those
"It's
of
up there. I
you...
didn't know that."
For those of you who don't play Highlander or CADH or whatever, Ad Nauseam Tendrils, or ANT, is a mono-black combo list. Sometimes mono-black, sometimes black-blue combo list, where you play Ad Nauseam, which is a 5-mana spell. It's 3 black. It reads, exile a card from the top of your library, lose life equal to its CMC. You may repeat this process any number of times, then put the exiled cards into your hand. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So, essentially, you have a ton of 0-mana cards in your deck, and you go Ad Nauseam, dump a bunch of cards in your hand, end by, like, Ad Nauseam into Tendrils, and then you cast a ton of your 0-mana things until the storm count gets up to, say, 10 or 12 or whatever, and then you cast Tendrils and win.
Yeah.
Catzel Freebooter coming down for Arterian Legacy hits mana drain against Esbrow's really strong Jeskai Midrange hand.
Oh, since I got the bye, I'm gonna go ahead and head on out.
All right. Can
Yeah.
people hear me now?
You are back. So thank you so much
Alright.
for turning up, Dusk. I'm sorry you didn't have as good a run this week as you did last week.
No, it turns out big.
Oh.
Turns out big-ish white is not so great against aggressive decks.
Yeah, something about it. That's really
I would have had to have mulliganed.
We should
into
talk
Leyline
about your
to
list
win.
because I think it has some. There's a little bit of room for improvement there too, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so.
There's some choices that I think are interesting, but I think could be streamlined a little bit more. What game are we watching? I'm sorry, I had a bunch of technical issues. I had to restart my computer.
Don't worry about it. Esper versus Arterian. Thank you for turning up, Dusk. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right, thanks. I'm gonna go watch Selection Sunday.
Hell yeah.
See you later.
Boiler up.
So, we've got really strong hands from both of the players. Stunforge grabbing GT for Jeskai Midrange. We're watching Esper versus Arterian.
Yeah.
And then for Arterian, we've got like all these hate effects. Containment Priest, Aether Vial even, Knight of the White Orchid, Lingering Souls, Spirit of the Labyrinth. Just like some pretty disgusting effects. Let's see how we place it. We're on Arterian Legacy's turn. He's kind of tanking. Does he play to land? No, he is not. Not yet.
I think Xmage is doing the same thing it was doing to you last. I asked them to see their hands, and neither of them has told me that they hadn't looked at their hands. But if I ask them again, they tell me you haven't already seen their hands.
Oh yeah. Xmage is a perfect program with no failures.
Xmage is certainly a program. I'm gonna actually pop quickly into their chat and ask them if they had permission to see their hands. I'm gonna be right back.
Alright. So I wonder if Arterian is tanking or if Xmage is broken. That's one of my favorite parts about doing this tournament is that you can never tell if the program is broken or if the players are broken. A reminder again, if you are just tuning in, this tournament is completely free for you. That's you to participate in. All you gotta do is go to the Canadian Highlander Discord. A link will be available in the description of this video if you're watching it in a VOD, or it's available on the Canadian Highlander Facebook page. Go there. You will see the tournament discussion channel in that Discord. Everything else will be handled by yours truly. And that's you, can participate in this tournament for free. Aether Vial.
Alright. So I clicked on stop watching and one of the windows closed, and then it went to another window that looks exactly the same, where now I can see their hands. Thank you,
What? You were watching the game with both of your eyes, like a chameleon, right? You were watching one on one window and one on the other window, and then after you close one, then your eyes come together and you can finally see their hands. That's absurd.
That is a way to reconstruct the situation. It's not what I would say, but okay. Anyway, we're seeing Sprow's hand Arterian Legacy's hand is Lingering Soul, Containment Priest, Sophie, and Knight of the White Orchid, which is a pretty solid Tax's hand, but Sprow has this Stoneforge that picked up a GT, and that's going to be probably a huge pain for Arterian to deal with. Lightning Angel, also a pretty great of all the things that can carry a GT, Lightning Angel is pretty high on my list of things that I would like it on.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see this machine to his death and trading for maybe both the Labyrinth, honestly, or maybe just get him for 2.
Yeah. I'm not sure whether Arterian Legacy wants to, throw the Spirit of the Labyrinth in front of that. I don't know if that's the correct choice, because Spirit of the Labyrinth is really strong in this matchup, but maybe he wants to keep Kitesail Freebooter to keep him on the mana drain.
The problem is that with the GT on the board, the Spirit of the Labyrinth is going to die the second that it needs to. Like, the moment its Brow wants to draw extra cards, the Spirit of the Labyrinth is going to, trade with the GT counter. This way, you deny him options, but I'm not sure that, a GT counter is worth 2 life. Maybe it's not.
Yeah. So, what do we expect to see from Arterian? Chrome Mox, Knight of the White Orchid Containment Priest?
I mean, definitely Knight of the White Orchid is gonna be the beginning play because that gets him the land.
Yeah. We could Chrome Box exiling the Containment Priest and get both. No, just the first two Spirits off of Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls matched up pretty badly against GTA.
Yeah, it's not great. I think they might just play the Sophie.
That would be fair. Yeah, GTA is pretty insane against White Weenie in general.
Not that I like the chances of any of his creatures surviving enough to pick up the Sophie, but you know.
Yeah, we'll see. Cast the first half of Lingering Souls. I think that's the correct choice.
What's Castle Freebooter exiling?
Mana Drain. Chromox is exiling Containment Priest. Which means that Arterion has Sophie left in hand and can cast and equip it next turn if Esper leaves up, like doesn't leave up a blocker.
Except what might happen is we might see this GT eating up.
Git probe. Ew.
Let's see this GT eating the Kaiser Freebooter, and that soon is gonna be a juicy target for this Mandarin. Although, I mean, he might just. He doesn't have double blue, so he can't cast the. Reflecting pool, the one that counts for your opponent.
Reflecting
okay,
pool
so it does have double blue actually. So maybe that's the play. Maybe you just go GT, like hold up, like GT hit to Stoneforge, crash in Forge, get some more counters, shoot down cards. You have to, if you do that play, you have to shoot down Knight of the White Orchid, because that, if not, you won't get counters at all. Yeah.
He could also use Stoneforge to get Sword of Feast and Famine, and then equip Sword of Feast and Famine.
How?
It only costs 2.
It's 2 to put it onto the play, to put it into play. Oh, this is not a good block, actually. I think you want to block with just Knight of the White Orchid. Because then the Jitta does not pick up counters anyway, since...
this is effectively just blocking with Knight of the White Orchid because it has first strike anyway.
No, but
the GT counter is being used to pump.
But now GT counters get to shoot down the Knight. And the Stoneforge Mystic is still with Knight. Because Brow did not shoot down the Knight before attacking, the GT counters will kill just the Knight, and Stoneforge would not have anybody else deal damage. So he would have be left without counters.
This is not enough damage to kill the Stoneforge, so...
Oh, he's just gonna pump up the Stoneforge, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That is just the opposite of ideal for Arterion.
Oh, it's not great for him. Jit is probably gonna kill the Spirit.
Spirit?
I don't like that he tapped the Reflecting Pool, because he knows that the Kite Freebooter is gonna die, so he's gonna have the mana drain back, so he probably
Let's switch back over to Arterion's hand. Just the Sophie in hand. Let's see what he draws.
Yeah, just Sophie that time. But now the Sophie is gonna hit the field. He can also just he can cast Sophie and flashback Lingering Souls.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a particularly bad play.
It's not a particularly great play either, because
you can go Mishra's Factory, activate the Wasteland, hit Reflecting Pool, and also flashback Lingering Souls.
Yeah, it does have a land.
Oh my goodness, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm
dying.
Yeah, it's okay. Then I feel better.
Mishra's Factory. Arterion's build of Death and Taxes is really interesting to me because it has a lot of extremely expensive effects. Like, he's playing a bunch of walkers and all this stuff.
So we see the flashback on Lingering Souls.
Yep. Lingering Souls goes in exile.
Then probably we're gonna see a Wasteland on a land because I hate that Xmage pops the window in the top left because it covers how many cards the top left player has in hand and their life.
Yeah, so Xmage is not a good program, as it turns out.
We keep saying that.
Well, it's also free, so I guess I can't be that mad.
Either way, Asbrow has been skipping land drops is the problem, is the thing. So that means that...
doesn't cast Sophie.
We are...
Lightning Angel. And doesn't hit the Wasteland either, so he doesn't hit Reflecting Pool.
Yeah, which means that now he gets to have his Lightning Angel and probably still crash with the Stoneforge.
Why not?
I mean, it's 2 more GT counters, and the Spirit can't block Stoneforge. The Stoneforge is gonna be huge.
Yeah,
which
I think...
a 3/4, which is fine. I guess the Mishra's Factory would block. Like, he can kill it with Mishra's Factory plus a Spirit.
Yeah.
Well,
And he just trades for the Mishra's Factory. Trading for the Mishra's Factory is not the worst.
Okay, so the combo game is done. Who won? Say your deck name, by the way, not your actual name. Because I'm not going to know.
I won with Tin Fins, 2-1.
Tin Fins won. No joke.
Tin Fins is the deck.
What game are we watching?
The finals,
We're
Esper
watching-
versus Arterian.
And
We have seen both of these players play before. I don't know how I feel about the fact that we didn't get to see everybody this week, but it is what it is.
yeah, I think I would have loved to see some, but that's not how things end up working.
Yeah. I have dropped a ton of frames today, and I don't know why. My apologies. We might... Yeah, Arterian...
Okay, Arterian has seen it out. This GT is just powerful.
Yeah.
There we are. Are we seeing Ezra's hand? And he's the one.
That's a good hand.
So, Brow is on a couple of lands plus Gaza.
Oof. No black for either Kitesail Freebooter or Fatal Push. Or Zealous Persecution, really. Arterian's probably just gonna go... Oh my god. Ghost Quarter, Phyrexian Revoker. I don't know what he names, though. Over for Esbrow.
Actually, I think Arterian goes Ghost Quarter Freebooter.
What? How?
Ghost Quarter the Django Castle. Castle gets you a plains. Ghost Quarter you get a swamp.
Fair enough. Are we gonna see...
Oh, no. Never mind. That is not the... I know that is gonna happen. I got a Django Castle confused with Flagstones of Trocaire.
Okay. I was like, what is
Yeah,
happening?
Ganjo Castle, actually different card.
My bad. I had 2 completely different cards.
Ganjo Castle.
Xmage, I'm having a lot of problems with Xmage this week, but I just lost connection, so I can't see what's happening.
Suspense and Ancestral
trying
Vision.
to
That's
fix it.
a good mid-range play.
Oh.
21.
And he draws the swamp for a Kitesail Freebooter.
Oh, wow. Never didn't have it.
Does
Arterian
that
Legacy.
hit anything
What a luck sack.
but Gideon?
What an absolute
Well-
luck sack. Oh my god.
I don't even think you hit Gideon. What's he take?
Alright,
Electrolyze?
I'm back to watching the game.
You get Electrolytes because it just sucks so bad for you.
Also, like,
Does it?
I think Electrolyze might... Electrolyze is gonna kill the Kitesail Freebooter, right?
Yeah, takes the Electrolytes. Electrolytes
Okay,
is
yeah.
like one of the worst cards to be faced against.
Well, it doesn't do a whole lot on this board, but it does kill the Kitesail freebooter, which means that, yeah.
Yeah. So next
At some
turn
point,
goes
I will understand
Reupload.
why some of the windows on Xmage can be closed and some of them can't. But
Today is not that day.
this is in fact not that day.
And Ancestral Vision is suspended with 3 counters.
I found that the windows that can change are the ones that you can close, but the ones that
Esper
are
casts Time
permanently
Walk, alright.
it's Explore.
Extra turn,
Yeah,
5.
I mean, well,
Kitchen Finks.
Oh goodness, Red Mage.
Yeah.
They call her.
Robo Red Mage over here.
Eventually, he might want to just fire off this impulse. We'll probably
Are
see
you
him fire off the
filing
impulse
down-
the next.
Pardon me, Red Mage. Are you filing down like a toothbrush?
No,
That
it's
was not
one
me.
of I'm scraping off
that was
a.
on,
Yeah, I'm scraping off an Xbox Live code.
What?
Oh, so you just got the wrong mage.
God. You know
We
what?
have, I think, 3 separate people with mage in their name connected today, which is me, Anti-Mage, and Mages of the Beach.
Yeah, you guys, like, you need to have a battle to the death, and then whoever lives gets to keep their name, and the other 2 have to change their name. Friction Revoker.
I mean, you can short them manually to TRM if you want, but I don't know if that's easier or not.
I wonder if
But
Arterian Legacy
sometimes
is
they
gonna...
just go by the Italian translation of the name. If you want to hold Mago Rosso, that's great.
Magaroso? My Italian is not ideal.
You can use French, which I believe is Le Mage Rouge or something like that.
Yeah, Le Mage Rouge.
You
Is
can use
Mage
German,
male or
which
female?
probably...
Masculine or feminine, I guess. It's probably
I have no
masculine,
idea.
so... Le Mage Rouge. Yeah.
You can use German, in which is probably something like Der Rotzauberer or something like that.
Your German is way better than I expected.
I do not speak German at all. It's just
I don't
my
either,
R.
but it's better than mine.
My R's just come naturally pre-rolled, so
Pre-rolled R's. Buy them today. At
I mean-
a Tesco near you.
the way it just works is that, like, I'm from Tuscany, right? And like that's just a region where we have very sharp, angular pronunciation for basically all
Angular.
words. We wield our these like hammers and these like chainsaws. So it's
Let me pull up a
so
map of
every
Tuscany.
time that there is an opportunity to like roll an R, but like yes, we get. We should talk about the game that is happening actually.
By the way,
Kitchen
let me
Finks
see if this
finally
looks good.
finds something it can block, which is this Fire Action
Here's
Revolver.
Italy, right? Let me
Yeah.
see if I can. There we go. Perfect. No, not that. Here's Italy, right? The boot. Here's
Yeah.
Tuscany. Florence is the capital of Tuscany, yeah?
That's I mean, yeah. I don't know. The capital is the necessarily the best name for it, but yes, it's the yeah.
Seeker of Dewey comes out for Espera.
All right.
I wonder if Arterian, that Porcelain Legionnaire might be just enough pressure to make it happen.
Seeker of the Way, I mean, I don't know. Porcelain Legionnaire is just like, it's still gonna die to a double block. Oh, this Ancestral finally comes off of suspend, actually. That I think, I did also, like, he can just Palace Jailer the Seeker of the Way, the Porcelain Legionnaire now.
Yeah, what is it called? Zealous Persecution, ZP, would be pretty bad for Espera right now. I think
Yeah.
Arterian Legacy has been holding the ZP until Kitchen Finks comes off of one counter so that he can kill something with it.
Yeah, that's
Mantis
fair.
Rider in hand.
I think that we might end up seeing this Palace Jailer. I don't know. Then the Soldier of the Pantheon is gonna end up eating. Is gonna end up probably getting. I'm gonna figure out to be. I think he wants to try and swing with the Seer of the Witch so he can gain 3 life off of it. Is the thing.
That would be fair. Remember, Soldier of the Pantheon, for those of you who don't remember, has protection from multicolored.
Oh, you know
Which
what?
means that
else
this
he could do?
Electrolyze won't hit it, but will hit the Phyrexian Revoker and the Porcelain Legionnaire.
Yeah, that's good enough. He might also just cast Gideon, and he might just cast Gideon, because I don't think he wants to become the Monarch, but he might just cast Gideon and go ahead and swing with the 4/4 Seeker of the Way.
That would be fair. If he tops down Seeker of the Way...
Yeah, I'm not sure how much...
Okay, if Palace Jailer hits Kitesail Freebooter, which I think it should, it does.
The problem is that if it does,
then Seeker...
Artillery is going to swing with Soldier of the Pantheon, get the Monarchy back. Oh, probably no. Probably that
it'll get blocked by Palace Jailer, unfortunately.
The Palace Jailer, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. We're gonna see...
So if he doesn't lose the Monarchy, he's gonna be able to cast his Electrolyze, and I think if he manages to do that, that's very close to being game.
Fatal Push.
I was gonna say Arterion, I think Fatal Pushes the Secret, swings with the team, gets the Monarchy back, gets his Kitesail Freebooter, and re-hits.
That's what I was. I'm not looking at Arterion's hand, so I didn't know if he had a way to push through damage. If he does, then
or he can Declaration and
he might as well just attack now.
Rid of it,
right? Because any block that Esprow makes destroys creatures he controls, and if Arterion
get rid of one of Esprow.
Yeah, I think he wants the Monarchy back.
To get the Monarch.
Oh, that's not what he decided to go with. I think he's going to set up this Zealous Persecution.
Yeah, probably
but
ZP.
I don't think... but I think that we're just going to see double blocks, and I think this is not going to work out for him, because with these blocks, the Soldier of the Pantheon still trades with the Seer of the Way. No, it doesn't, never mind. The...
First strike.
So...
He's gonna get both of them.
Yeah, but it doesn't care, because this Electrolyze is still gonna kill both. He's gonna still kill 2 of the Reachers, and this is gonna be left with only a Soldier of the Pantheon. I don't think that's good enough.
Yeah, but Brow's gonna be left with just a Palace Jailer.
I still think that's not good enough, because the Palace Jailer can still trade with Soldier of the Pantheon.
I mean, Sprout's drawn what?
Arterion has
cards?
Declaration and Stone to get rid of the Palace.
Yeah, but like Arterion Sprout doesn't care about losing
CP?
the.
What is happening?
I don't think Sprout cares Monarchy for 1 turn.
Oh, I think he thinks that Fatal Push is tied to the
Revolt.
Oh, he thought he would get it back when the Palace Jailer died, but that's not how the.
No.
Yeah, so for a reminder,
Monarchy.
Palace Jailer, you get your creature back when you get back the Monarchy.
And now this Electro is just gonna wrath Arterion Legacy.
Yuck.
Like his board's just gonna go away. Arterion has been stuck on 2, which has also been unfortunate for him, but yeah. And then he's holding Muddle the Mixture up.
Yeah,
and Force of Will, which
we might see Esprow win this whole tournament right here.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, I think he's in a very position.
He has so many cards in hand. He even has Force of Will and a blue card to pitch to it. So in case Arterion
reload after the dust settles, I don't think we're gonna see him lose this game. Brimas. He throws a Brimas, which is almost a perfect card in this situation. It's 3 mana, which means you still can cast it and leave Muddle the Mixture up. Plus, it's a giant brick.
Concealed Courtyard, thank God. So if he goes Concealed Courtyard, Hallowed Spirit Keeper here,
Force pitch off.
He can effectively block the kitchen finks, and Hallowed Spirit Keeper is at X equals 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna see is the beginning of the trials just nullifying the Spirit Keeper, while the I don't think the Hallowed Spirit Keeper is ever gonna die. Is my thing. Is what I'm trying to say.
You don't think so?
I think he can use beginning of the trials to lock it down, and then he can just go and just bring in the air with Mantis Rider.
We'll see what he does.
He doesn't have enough land to do that, though.
Oh yeah, he can only hit a single double white.
He has 12 life. He can take a hit or two from the Hallowed Spirit Keeper. He's not in any like super.
No, if he takes the hit, then Arterion regains the Monarchy and
but
gets
then
that
he can
Kitesail free.
swing and regain it. I don't think he cares about losing one card.
Maybe not.
He has 8 cards in hand.
I don't think.
I think it's fine losing the Monarchy for one turn. Because the Mantis Rider means that basically he had regained the Monarchy wheel.
Yeah.
Anytime that he wants, it's like, oh, I have this Mantis Rider. Swing.
Let's see what he's casting. Floats, blue, blue, white. Muddles for what?
Time Walk.
He's already casting.
Yeah.
Oh. Into the Royal.
Whoa, what?
I
like that play.
Oh, so that's his plan. I don't think you even needed to care about the Hallowed Spirit Keeper at all, but
Probably not,
that's
but
okay.
I mean, why go more down on card advantage when you could just lock out Arterion for another turn? What is he gonna do?
Has he already used the? Has he already used? No, never mind, because that's already done.
He has Esbrow has Force of Will and Daze in hand.
Yeah.
As well as something to pitch to the Force of Will.
Which is the Daze. That's the Daze. The Daze is gonna be a Force of Will pitch, almost assuredly.
Yeah, but
I don't know, actually. I feel Legacy is stuck on 3 lands, so maybe not.
If Arterion... There's nothing that Arterion Legacy can do that will win this game. Right?
Yeah,
there's just nothing in his deck that he can do to win this game. And even if he draws it's going to get forced.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, this does not look great for him. Honestly, what Esbro wants to do is just draw more lands, so that he has, so he can actually leverage his card advantage, because he's chilling on like a billion cards. Me, because he draws a reflecting pool and just wins it.
Oh, he didn't play his land first. Arterion drew a Mishra's Factory.
Yeah, and Esbro takes it. There we go.
Yeah,
Esbro takes the finals. The last people playing are Mr. Tulip and Thunder Numbers, which is Red White Prison versus Jeskai Midrange. Wow, Arterion!
That was unfortunate.
That was deeply unfortunate. Esbro takes it though. Congratulations.
Why, thank you.
Ultimate champion.
Ultimate all-time
306.
champion.
The 3060.
Yeah, the good old just whipping up the tournament.
Yeah,
I mean, I would like to point out that a lot of my opponents
we did have at least 1 3-game week.
Yeah. Jeskai Midrange is a powerful deck. In the meantime, we see Thunder Number just slams down a Chandra, which is usually not a great for the other player. We're gonna probably see this Chandra like clear out completely Mr. Tulip's board.
So,
and,
the
game it depends on Mr. Tulip's hand.
How do you feel about winning the first time you came here, Esbro?
Pretty good. Like I said, I think a lot of my opponents, Esbro is how I say it. A lot of my opponents had bad draws or got stuck on stuff, so didn't get to play a ton.
It's all part of the game.
Games, but
it's all part of the game, right?
Yeah.
Like you gotta accept that that's gonna happen.
So
and
this
I mean, you were in.
Not good
You're gonna lose the variance as much as you win to it.
Yeah, and the other thing is, on that kind of Jeskai midrange list, you were perfectly poised to take advantage when your opponents were down on things. If you were on some sort of different list, it's entirely possible that you could have still lost in those games.
I think we're about to see Mr. Tulip win this game. Although it looks like he's implicitly gonna see this Snapcaster Mage flashback the Council's Judgment in his graveyard that kill the Chandra, leaving Swords to Plowshare up, and then the Swords to Plowshare can clear up the Glorybringer in Thunder Number's hand.
How's he gonna flashback Council's Judgment with 1 mana?
Well, no, I mean he decided to flashback Xmage his turn, which I disagree with, but I mean
he's just going to attack Chandra down to 2. Or
That's
attack
fair.
Chandra to kill it.
Oh man, okay, so it's not a Snapcaster, it's an Ambush Viper. All right.
Yeah.
Ambush Viper
right.
with a sword on it.
So he's actually going to hit Thunder Numbers for 2, and then
he's gonna hit
Chandra for 2.
He's gonna hit Thunder Numbers and then shock down the Chandra with the Sophie.
Yeah, Chandra can't really do anything against the Snapcat.
So,
And the Swords of Plowshare in his hand is gonna clear out the Glorybringer, and Mr. Tulip's gonna run over with this game. That it wasn't watching Thunder Numbers. Mr. Tulip, I'm trying to figure out what. Thank you, Xmage. The one time they want you to give me overlays with people's. Oh, there you go. So Mr. Tulip's ahead the game. So if he play with these, that's the match.
Yep. Interesting. I find it interesting that Xmage is running a hash that can output negative numbers. I don't know if this is like a Shaft 256 hash or something like that, but it can run some sort of negative number because the hash for Thunder Numbers is negative and the hash for Empty Tulip is positive. Weird.
I do not know what that means, but okay.
Basically, a hash is it's a program where you input some string of numbers, and it outputs another significantly longer random string of numbers. Essentially random, right? It's seeded by your input, which means that if you hash the same thing twice, it will have the same hash. But if you hash 2 different things, they'll have different hashes. So the way that hashes are used are, for example, when you log into a site, the website doesn't store your password. It stores the hash of your password. So when you log in and you type in your password, it hashes the ASCII numbers of your password, and then if the hash matches, it lets you log in.
Does Thunder Numbers have the series blessing?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, he doesn't have the number of
6
permanents.
permanents.
Well, right now,
Oh, does he have
10 in the past.
Oh, okay. Did he ever have?
In graveyard, there's only 2 other permanents in the graveyard.
Yeah, probably not.
So probably not.
So
well, the Chandra hand plus to make 2 more permanents, but I don't think it gets into that. I'm trying to figure out if he can activate his Arch to Araska, but it doesn't look like it.
no.
So Thunder Numbers has Ghostly Prison.
Ghostly
That's
Prison
not
doesn't
nothing.
do anything against 8 mana.
Yeah,
7
Ghostly
mana.
Prison's
Cool.
dead.
7 mana and a
Red.
2-turn clock on board. That's not really useful.
I mean, Ghostly Prison with Rishadan port is not a bad mix.
But like, why did Tulip doesn't need to cast spells when you can just
No,
kill
he
him in
doesn't.
2 turns?
Yeah, he has a 2-turn clock that.
Yeah. Although Tulip does have Umezawa's Jita in hand, so he might want to have spells. Because if he gets his Jita going, that's just gonna completely seal up this game.
Even Port and Ghostly Prison doesn't stop Tulip from casting and equipping GT.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess that
Ghostly
like,
Prison costs 2, Rishadan Port taps 1, still has 4 left.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
like, that doesn't change the clock. It's still a 2-turn clock.
Yeah, GTA doesn't really do anything here.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Even if he goes Chalice of the Void on 0, Chrome Mox, he still won't have enough permanents to get the City's Blessing.
but then, like, Arch of Araska has 5 mana to activate, so, like, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Even if he does, it's not.
Jeez, it's 5 and tap. Why is it 5 and tap?
Because it would be busted if it was
Have you
less
played
than
this
that.
Unlimited?
Like,
No, I can't afford to draft.
I can afford to
Why,
draft
man?
release
It's
dates
6
and
mana to draw a card.
Yeah?
which is pretty much great for a repeatable draw engine.
I mean, Staff of Din is
Like
6 mana to draw a card.
But you only have to pay 6 once.
this is a land. Like, there is no cost for putting Arch Boraska in your deck outside of the make colorless mana. Like, I understand it's not the most efficient, but
this card is bad.
No, it's not bad.
It is, because
I don't think it's bad either. It's just like it hurts my heart to see 5 in tab. That's all.
If you draw one card with it in a whole tournament, that is already one more card that you have
the
seen.
feels bad man's spell
Judge.
Oh.
Chalice of the Void on 1 is 2 CMC on the stack. Brutal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
I don't know what the Chalice was hoping to hit, but
Nothing. It did.
I mean, anything is. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he does a Swords of Plowshare in hand.
I mean, if you're. Yeah. I think if.
What is this Spellsnare gonna hit that is better than Chalice on 1, right? And the answer is probably nothing.
I mean, if Dusk was just going for, or Thunderdome was just going for City's Blessing, I think Chalice 0 would have been fine.
Tulip? Can Tulip make the clock faster?
No.
Is it possible?
No. It would take burns.
I mean, if
he can exile the top card of his library with Chandra.
Does he have a Chandra?
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
He has hand.
It's still 2 turns, though. Like, Snapcaster is already swinging for exactly half of Thunderdome besides $5, which is 6.
So unless he can generate 6 damage, yeah.
Yeah, he will have to generate 6 damage, which is way too many. Like, GT also doesn't.
This is just insurance at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would be funny? If he cast a Chandra here and then didn't pay the Ghostly Prison.
I mean, what Jita does is it clears his blocker. It means that if Thunder Numbers draws a creature, it's more likely that you get to shoot it down with the GT.
If Thunder Numbers draws 2
then attack for lethal, yeah.
Well, there will need to be 2 creatures.
A lightning
needs
angel.
Needs creatures with more than 2 toughness.
Oh, that was drawn by Tulip. So.
Oh. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The game's over.
Is the game
Tulip
over?
Yeah.
That looks like
that's everybody.
Tulip pulls up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess we go to in the between rounds.
So the 2 combo decks were the only match to go to 3 games this week.
So, congratulations to our finalist and also winner, Esprow.
Thank you.
The most muted thank you.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I intend to come back next week.
Good.
Sweet.
I hope I will see you guys next week. We might even have 8 next week if everybody else comes back. I don't know. Thank you so much to all the players for showing up. As usual, the VOD of this stream will be available on YouTube at the Canadian Highlander Discord YouTube. And will also be available for like 2 weeks on this very Twitch.
Yeah.
So
and that is youtube.com/Canadian Highlander Discord?
No, because YouTube changed the way that works. You're just going to have to search Canadian Highlander Discord to find it on YouTube. Thank you to my co-host, the Red Mage, for keeping me sane yet another week in a row.
My pleasure, although we did have technical difficulties on my side this week, and I'm hoping that next week is better from this point of view.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, science. Last week, science. This week, technical. I mean, it's just... He's a smart guy. I don't know what to tell you. That's it from me.
Friendly reminder that if you want to sign up for this event, it's completely free. You go to you show up on the Canadian Highlander, be a link in the...
Yeah, there'll be a link in the description of this video.
It's gonna be the Canadian Highlander Facebook page. You can find the link to the Discord, and ping Iroquois on there, and let him know that you're interested in participating. He's gonna ask the deck list and the points list, and you can sign up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The tournament is run every week at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, or 8 p.m.
On Sundays.
There isn't really on Sundays, obviously. Yeah, there isn't really any other requirement. to participate outside of the good old you love Canadian Highlander and you are not a jerk.
Yep.
And we would love having you. So show up.
That's all from us. Thank you so much. We will see you guys next week.
See you next
week.
Bye. Yeah. We did the stream thing again. Thanks for watching to the very end of this. I'm gonna go now. See you next week. Goodbye.